Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the bag. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bag. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping at the bag. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping out the bag. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy, I'm a paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl's still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The Rio just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm trouble, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not on trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I could never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. Just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Couple big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. Get my good side. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the bands jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice. Gonna run up a check, demand my respect. I'm doing the most, I never quit. They want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing.
And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Yeah. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Ayy, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Ayy, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to the world-renowned Boss Up Show. Part of the Free Agent Lifestyle Podcast here on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish. The King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than Hollywood CGA and EWF. That is every woman's fantasy in the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO, Niggero, of Fixes Binds LLC. The unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best entertainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard. The ladies love to call me Mr. Third Leg
Your
Greg.
third leg was just
also the man with
phenomenal.
one trabajo. That is the Mickey Ficky Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the anointed one.
Acknowledge me.
The founding father of the After Pill, the junior college sociologist, the Morpheus of the mating matrix, the chocolated Confucius, the Black Moses, the deliverer, also known as the man that walks in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game. Malo Poppy, Daddy, all right?
Get him, Daddy.
Don Gregorio. But you can just call me the Benevolent Monarch, CGA, see God Allah, if you forget those names. And I'm also the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you lined up today. We're going to talk about Tony Robbins, entrepreneur. Let me go ahead and respect his name real quick. Entrepreneur, motivational speaker, life coach, and author of many, many books. All right. He's been around doing infomercials since I was a young thug, a young Nicky. All right. He's been doing inspirational content for many, 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 many years. I would hope to be the next Tony Robbins, the Black Tony Robbins. Maybe I can be one of those type of guys here. He's got longevity in the game. All right. He's got a lot of many years. I'm talking about 40, 50 years in the game. Tony Robbins is going to make an appearance on the Coach Greg Adams channel or the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And he's going to do what I call code breaking this particular woman. And he did it live. And we're going to break down this particular film on how to decode and code break women's bullshit. And so this is a self-proclaimed daddy's girl that you're going to listen to. All right. And she says, I'm a daddy's little princess and I want a man to treat me like a princess. And he breaks her down like a fraction live and in living color, in which this is a lesson for us. This is not to demean the young lady. This is him giving a lesson to not only the woman involved, but what men should be looking out for when you get the princess, daddy's little girl, or the spoil me treatment. He code breaks the hell out of this woman. And it's a great code breaker segment. And also, some of the things that he said, I'm actually talking about that. Some of the things that he did or said to that particular woman when he did it live. These are some of the things I've been telling you that you need to do in the vetting process when you're normie dating, looking for a relationship or love or marriage, and or dating in the monetized luxury dating marketplace. So he code breaks her. I wouldn't be able to do it as effortlessly as he did it live, but he gave her the business, and I love to see it.
We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live.
Yes, indeed.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right, so we got that coming up, and that's going to be a good one. We got Bro Standing on Business, and we have Inside the Mind of Modern Women. All right, that I still got some great segments. And allegedly, a video or a post is going viral of a young woman. I think it's AI, but we're going to still play it. A young woman who works at Walmart. Actually dated a woman who was an assistant manager at Walmart. She's doing very well for herself. She apparently was at Walmart, and one of her older co-workers, there's a picture of them together at the Walmart. And then there's a picture next to that picture of her in a hotel room crying with mascara running and sweat all over her. And in the background is the co-worker with his shirt off. Well, allegedly is going feral all over the internets. And they're actually saying that something happened to that older man that was dusting off that young Walmart co-worker Punani. All right, there's a lot going on there.
Did you eat that cat?
All right, we're gonna see if that's the actual truth, if this is a subordinate got wrecked, why he got fired allegedly, all right, for dusting off that young co-worker Walmart Punani. And so forth and all that. Interesting. Anyway, we got that coming up and much, much more. But to contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App. It is Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal, paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat back. Look at the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. I'm not going to do too much here. This is supposed to be an abbreviated show. I got some business to handle. Because business got to be handled, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's one of those days today. Today's one of those days. I got 2 training sessions today. I have a business deal that I need to have and secure all within before 5 o'clock, and I have to get this show going on the road. Plus, in town is we got some Asian persuasion. Ling Ling is in the town right now, so there's that right there.
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
So all of that's got to be handled here in the next. There's going to be no sleep, and there was no sleep last night either. So it is what it is. It's one of those things going on here today.
I like to get dominated.
Something like that.
I like to choked, whooped, spanked, told what to do. I need a man to take charge and let me just, be goofy.
All right. Shout out to them right there. It's one of those days. It's just.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right. But anyway, it's going to be that type of day today here. But I got to get that business handle. I got a deal that I'm doing here. So I got to run back and forth and handle that. But anyway, let's get to the earlier contributors to today's show. We're probably going to get like 3 hours in, 3 hours. And if I start rambling, I'm going to just start cutting it off. All right. Getting to the main event. Let's see if there's any earlier contributors to today's show. All right. Let's see here. We got, let's see. Okay. There's 2 earlier contributors to today's show. It looks like someone from late last night. I really appreciate the people who are Coach Gang members who watch the replay and then they still donate while they're watching the replay. That's pretty rare for people to, because you got to be live on screen for people to super chat you. Right. Even for people, even if I was monetized, Okay, even if I was monetized. All right, not many people super chat you when you're off the screen. You got to be on screen. So I appreciate that. And no, if you're monetized, they do have the ability to send you a donation, in the chat. Like then you can donate. I've never had that happen because I was demonetized well before they brought that feature up. But shout out to Tariq, and Tariq Walker donates when I'm not on the screen. That's fantastic. And he says, salute watching the replay game. That is a wonderful thing, man. I appreciate that. And that's even if you're monetized, you don't even get that. So that's really wonderful for you to do that. And shout out to No Government Name says, please bring back your bish. I got you. And then ninjas, if we didn't have enough problems, I don't even know where that sound effect is, but let's see here if I can find that. Yeah, I don't even know where. Oh, there it is.
Ninjas. As if we didn't have enough problems.
He says,
in this city.
don't get played well enough. I know, man. I forgot about that.
Ninjas. As if we didn't have enough problems in this city.
Shout out to the ninjas. All right. Shout out to our brother here. It is Joshua Moon says, Coach ordered a rice bowl from across the water. Indeed.
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
All right. A rarity. And boy, is she putting on the show. All right. Fantastically. All right. Yeah. Once you go international, you never go back. Once you go international, you never go back. American woman, stay away from me. The American, I'm telling you, bro. Shout out to you, brother. Said you deserve a CGA. You yap for hours, spitting wisdom. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Brother said the message is so strong. I appreciate that, man. Not many people can yap for 4 or 5 hours a day. That is a feat in itself, and stay relevant and laugh. Shout out to our brother here. It is Human Suit. Yeah, once you go international, you never come back. Okay, that's the thing. Once you fly to friendly skies, it's hard for you to date normie American women. It's hard. And American ladies, I know, you might have the same thing when you guys travel internationally. I'm not trying to belittle American women. I'm not. I'm not the one that'll be like, well, this is what's wrong with American women. I'm just telling you in comparison. It ain't even close. Now, I already know there's bullshit coming down the pike no matter what. Everybody's playing the game. Everybody's playing the role. But it's hard when you go back. You go back to American women. It's hard. American woman, stay away from me. It's hard. American woman, just let me be. It's hard. It's hard, man. And this woman that's going to show you here on Tony Robbins, all right, the whole programming of American women is just off. It's off. Now, when you have abundance so you can fly to friendly skies and you can reach out and touch someone, you change the game. You code break yourself. Shout out to Human Suit Gundam is in the building. I realize the demoralization of men and radical liberation of women are meant to breed out the people at the bottom. And moral arguments aside, I get it. The only thing to do is boss up. You get it. Yes, indeed. You definitely do get it. He said the only thing left is to boss up.
You better boss up, nigga.
I started my business to get out of my W-2 job and find freedom. That's where it is. That's where it is. And you can ask Giz. Part of the acceptance phase, which it appears that you're at, is that you can do nothing about it. That's what I talked about in de-evolution. The agenda is already progressing. The train has left the station. And yes, it is meant to breed out the people at the bottom. It actually is hypergamy on steroids, because what you have is the American woman. This is mostly an American issue. It does happen a little bit in Western Europe, if you will, but this is mostly an American issue. If you guys think America is the greatest country in the world, which many people do, and the potential is still there for you to be able to hit, you can make as much money as you possibly want, depending on, how you enter into the job marketplace or whatever your mastermind is going to put forth. You guys have the potential to do so much here, which means in effect, the women are going to naturally be attracted to winners. And as a result, the losers are going to get bred out. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing we can do about it. The days are gone, ecclesiastically, where loser men win with women. Okay. No, those days are gone. Those days are gone. That's just the nature of the beast that we're dealing with here. Is this going to work out long term? Well, I'll be dead and gone by the time we see what happens, by the time the chips fall where they may. But it is what it is. It's the natural state of things. And it could lead to possibly the end of the United States, if you will, over time, because maybe the United States is just too much. But, meaning that the republic itself is gone from which it stands. But the idea is it'll still be here and time will keep on slipping and people will still be born, if you will. But we're witnessing right now the demoralization of men, and the radicalization of and liberalization of women. It's just that's where we are. Women want to be liberalized. They want to be liberated. They want to be free. They want to be independent within relationships. It is unbelievable that we're here and there's no talking it back. There's no running it back. Larry Bird is not coming through that door, guys. It is.
Larry Bird's not walking through that door, fans. Kevin McHale's not walking through that door, and Robert Parrish is not walking through that door. And if you expect them to walk through the door, they're going to be gray and old.
Shout out to Isaiah. I have 2 questions. If you're not a celebrity athlete, how do you still gain access to the same women, provided that you're in shape and make decent money, but don't have the status? And he says, if you're not a celebrity, how do you still gain access to the same women, provided you're in shape, make decent money, but you don't have the status? Number 2, how does the JUCO work if you're not using the site and want to meet women in person? Shout out to you. I can answer the first one. The second one, shout out to Skyler. He reached out to me and I was looking for his number. You guys know I have 4 phones. I got more phones and I got 8 lines. All right. I got more phones than I need and people think I'm lying. All right. Just so you guys know, we're up to 4. Okay. We're up to 4. So what happens is, this is what happens when you're a celebrity, when you're Hollywood CGA. Okay. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what happens is, and people are like, why you need all them phones? Well, join the money mindset. All right. These phones make me money. These phones make me money. But here's the deal. Here's the deal with this. My point was, he reached out to me because I was looking for his number. I knew I had it, but he was in the red phone. Okay. Which this phone is the bat phone. This phone is the JUCO phone. This the JUCO phone. Or this is not even the content creator. Content creators don't even have this one. So this one's specifically for the JUCO, or the red phone. You see this one right here? Ladies, if you want to know what's going on, who I'm talking to, whatever, in the United States, this is the phone you want to get into. This is the one you want to be like, who this nigga talking to? I just gave you a hint. All right, so the red phone. But he had the red phone number, but I thought he had the one of the black phone number. So I was looking for him and trying to get in contact with him. And he reached out to me about 10 minutes ago and told me what happened, which means, in effect, I have to be careful about what I talk about here on these internets, because the AI don't play that. And when it comes to that type of activity, people are still a little bit squeamish about it. So with that being said, I can't tell you too much about how the JUCO works. You have to join locals. And not only that, the reason why it is not fair for the people who have joined locals, it is not fair for them, for the people that have been here for locals for 3 years, for me to be giving out information about this when they have paid, continuously for years and years and years. So we want to encourage you to be over there, because we can be open and honest and uncensored. We can say the NB word over there, and we can be explicit about what we're talking about over here. Over here, we can't. So, Sunday mornings, we can answer those questions. But to answer your first question, if you're not a celebrity, but you're still in shape and make decent money, you can still gain access to those same women. But you have to, one thing understand is this: the celebrities and athletes, even though that they're in shape and have more money, they still got to pay. All right. And some of them even prefer to pay, but they still got to pay. And sometimes they pay steep prices, meaning that some women that are giving access to these men give the celebrity prices. I've actually played a clip of a young lady saying that. Oh, you're a celebrity. You get celebrity pricing. Okay. Shout out to you, Agent Machines, over there on locals. But yeah, sometimes they get a celebrity pricing, meaning the girl's like, oh, I can get a bag. You can afford it. And there's much more for that celebrity to use. So yes, you're in shape. You make decent money. So you want access to the same women? Well, every day somebody got to pay. Every day somebody got to pay, and that's you. All right. So you're going to get regular nigga prices.
And that's you.
Yeah, that 25K a cheek. All right. So that's what, remember, you know, people always act like I'm making it up, but you could come up with an example. Shannon Sharp, she was like, oh, okay, you getting $100 million from ESPN, 25 million a cheek. Now, that girl, I've had girls like that. They're not trying to get 25K a cheek for me because they know I probably don't got it. I probably don't. Or if I had it, they not getting it. And if she went on the internet and said I did anything, probably would not be to my detriment as it would for Shannon Sharp, because there's levels to that. Shannon Sharp risks losing $100 million. I risk losing, well, I won't tell you, but it ain't 100 million. So 25K a cheek would not be what she proposed to me, AKA there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit, man. I'm telling you, man. Shout out to our brother Jacob Rivera, says, Coach Gang, and it's all Jermaine's fault early this morning. Shout out to you.
It is all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's
He says, you crack me up with that every time you use it because you're never wrong when you use it.
It is all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
For the people that don't realize that the Jermaine's fault, the sound effect that comes from is even worse when you apply it to the actual video. Okay, the actual video is this woman deleted her child, stabbed one, and attempted to delete the other one, stabbing both of the children. They're bleeding. She records it. She records herself covered in blood and blaming Jermaine, who is the baby daddy, for her doing it. I mean, that is even worse. That's even worse. So she's the one doing it to her children. They out there in cold blood. She got blood all over her face, her chin, all over her hand, holding the knife. And she was like, it's Jermaine's fault that I did this.
It is all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
It was crazy. So that clip by itself is funny. But even when you compare it and pair it up with what actually happened, it is like, wow. And yes, it was a custody case. She basically, Jermaine was fighting for custody of the kids. And she was like, well, that ain't going to happen.
Now I got to cut you.
Now I got to cut you. Now I got to cut you. Shout out to George, says, hey, Coach, I'm 24-year-old immigrant who lives in Canada. I'm thinking about getting on an oil rig job with a 100K salary in Alberta. He says, I want to build an AI consulting agency, but I need the capital. Do you think it's the right move for a year? Number one, you're young, 24 years old, meaning that you do have time to make moves like this. You don't have any liabilities like a girlfriend or a wife, or you don't have any children. You probably don't have any real estate. So these are the times to make that move, where I'm not saying you should take that job, but this is the time to make a move like that, rather than as if you were 29 and 30 and 35 and you have liabilities, you have children, you have a wife, an ex-wife, a house, then it's harder to make that move. So this is the time in your life to consider moves like that. And I would take a good look at that, because you're 24, you can invest that, take that money, live minimally. Shout out to our brother Aaron Clary, and live minimally to the point where you can save for that. And that move could actually pay you back in decades. All right. So that could be a smart move. You do it for a year or two. Now, 2 or 3 decades later, you are on top because you made that move back then. Shout out to you, man. And thank you for the question. Whether you should take that job, well, that's up to you. But yes, these are the times where you can make that move. Most men don't make that move. With that being said, we're going to make the move over to Straggle and Sniggle Theater. As soon as I line up this video, I don't even know what this video is about, but we're going to roll that beautiful intro. Ah, I see what it is. So it's Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Let's laugh.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Hey, what's going on here? What my internet's crazy right here. What's going on? Okay, Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We have again the Chitlin Circuit is back. The Chitlin Circuit. Kev on stage is back here. Okay, so we have the other guy name is Tony Baker. I know I recognized him. Can you hear me? All right, hopefully you can hear me here. Tony Baker and Kev on stage are teaming up right here. Let me see. Can I? Oh, yep, there it is right there. And they're teaming up to do some content. And I remember Kev on stage, who's pictured on the right. he was a content creator, and I think something happened to his channel or something, or he wasn't making enough money, maybe during COVID. I remember he was saying he wasn't making enough money. He didn't figure out how to monetize himself. And he was figuring out that he needed to probably get on stage and do something. I don't know what happened. Maybe he was trying to be an actor. And a lot of times content creators get distracted. They try to become an actor off the stage, right, off of content creation, when they can make money on content creation. And this was around the time where that one guy, God dang it, what's his name? The one guy, he's Country Wayne, was saying he makes millions of dollars just on Facebook. Okay, so a lot of these content creators never figure out how to monetize themselves, and then they figure out, oh, I got to get on stage or do some acting. All right, so anyway, we have the Chitlin Circuit again, and Tony Baker and Kev on stage are going to talk to this black man right here. Okay, this black man. So this black man says he's tired of code switching. He's tired of code switching. If you don't know what code switching is, it's something that black people say they have to do to live in a white society. So if you're working, you live in a certain neighborhood, you operate, you go shopping, you have to be less of a nigga and more of an Uncle Tom. All right. And so you have to actually be less of who you really are, and then be more of what society accepts. Now, people don't realize everybody code switches. All right. Even white people code switch. So people don't realize that white people, you ever see like a young white kid, he's like 24 years old, and he looks, he's at a job and he's ass kissing and brown nosing his boss. I'm just giving you context. He's code switching as well, because all he does is coke, smoke weed, and party, and then try to bang broads. He's a PUA type of guy. But when he's at work, he's code switching. What does he say? Oh, how's your mom's villa in Martha's Vineyard? Okay. And they'll talk about how, he had a sailboat, or he had a boat down at Lake Havasu, and how they went backpacking through Europe. And he'll talk about all of these things. How's the kids, and how's your grandma, and how she recovered from it? That's completely code switching like a motherfucker. Like, that's not who he really is, but he's doing that to cozy up and brown nose to the C-suite executives, talking about, oh, I see you like to go marlin fishing, right? And then he'll talk about how his grandfather used to take him out marlin fishing, and he probably ain't never been marlin fishing, but more one time. Yep. He'll talk about the golf game. How's the country club? I belong to this country club. I belong to this gym. My father belongs to this gym. That's code switching to an extent, because he's not really like that all the time. But black people seem to feel like they should be able to be niggas 24/7. All right. And that code switching is tiresome and burdensome, and it's against their thing. But now listen, when you work a regular job, you're going to code switch too. The way you talk, engage in meetings, react to people, you have to code switch, whether you're a woman, a man, black, white, Puerto Rican, or Asian. Okay. You got a code switch. So, but black people tend to have fatigue related to this, because they believe that they're entitled to be niggas. All right. That's what they think. We should be able to be the nigga I want to be. And so this skit is going to talk about this, which is definitely true what they're talking about. But everybody deals with this. Men deal with this. You can't even say what you want to say to women. All right. Because they're over there like big fat hoop with the earrings. Big fat hoop with the earrings. Big fat attitude with a lady hoop. Big fat head, you know what I mean? And then you looking at the women like, oh my goodness. You looking at the women like, look at this.
You see that? That's a stupid bitch.
You can't say that at the job. So everybody code switches. Everybody code switches. But black people seem to feel like they should just be able to be themselves. So this is why this particular segment is funny. Okay. And it's true.
That commandment you sick and tired of following.
Code switching. I work for LADWP, and I'm a procurement agent there. So yeah, I have to code switch.
So you want to imagine what it'd be like if you didn't have to?
Oh my God, if I could just do my job as the nigga that I am.
Give us your job as the nigga you have to be, set the stage, and then we want to see what it's like if you could be the nigga you really are.
Hey, Tony, this is Eric from LADWP. I'm giving you a call about the order of 3/4-inch piping I ordered last week. I've noticed we have yet to receive those items. Can you give me an explanation as to why they haven't arrived?
Yes, Eric. Let me tap into the mainframe and check out that invoice. Can I get that invoice number, please, Eric?
Listen, Tony, if you check the email I sent you just previously, you will find that the invoice number and the order number are at the bottom right-hand corner. I really do need you to explain to me why the items haven't arrived. I have customers that are applying pressure to me because we're holding up operations. Now we're starting to affect public safety. And I have to answer to Mayor Bass.
All right, Eric, we're going to start over. And you're going to be the real nigga Eric corduroy jacket, cork forces on.
All right, so here we go right there. So to me, that's normal corporate talk, corporate jargon that everybody has to engage in. Somebody said even the front desk lady who's all perky and happy, they have to do that. White women have to show up at the job perky and happy. All right, because if they show up bitchy, everybody hates them. So what do? They have to code switch too and be perky and happy and somewhat submissive and excited about the dumb shit that you say. And then guess what? When they go home, they're depressed because of that fakeness and that code switching. And white women tend to have to be bimbos. All right, black women have to be mammy. They get to be themselves at the job. All right, but anyway, so we're gonna hear what he's gonna sound like without having the code switch. Okay, here we go.
At work, same problem, same issue, full black like you want to be.
Can I also be the real nigga that I am?
Full niggas on both sides.
Full niggas on both sides? All right, nigga, send me that email, nigga.
Hey, Tony, what's up, man? It's Eric, bro.
Oh, what up, dog?
Man, where the hell is the goddamn piping? I got these motherfuckers all on my ass, bro.
Wait, first of all, lower your case, nigga.
Hey, look.
What's the case number, nigga? Shit.
My nigga, don't you read your goddamn emails?
Oh, that's what we do. That's how you feel?
Nigga,
how you feel?
Nigga, I got pressure right now, bro. Where the fuck is the piping?
So as you can see, I mean, once you start dealing as an entrepreneur or you get a lot more freedom, you can actually talk like this. So this has to do with the fact that they're not free and that they have a job and think they're free, but they're not as free because, yeah, you have a job, but you have to tap dance around issues and you can't be straight up. But once you find that a guy is free, he can free to be himself. Yeah, you can talk like this. All right. And so, yeah, there you go.
All right, nigga, since you whining this shit, what's the email you sent it from? I don't see it.
Nigga, you only got one email and one job. You fucking with my lunch break right now, my nigga.
I see it. I see it. It went to the junk mail, you whole ass nigga. I see it. I'm gonna send it in tonight, man. You gonna get it by the end of the workday.
That's that same bullshit you ran on me last week, nigga. You always late on the piping, bro.
Hey, nigga, man, fuck you, bro.
Hey, look, nigga. Check this out. You want that check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you overcharging me for the piping any goddamn way, nigga.
Touche, nigga, touche.
So can you get me the goddamn piping, bro?
All right, man, I got you, man. Goddamn, man, you ain't got to cuss me out like that.
Look, my nigga, I'm under pressure. I tell you what, I'll roll up sudden. I'll come through. We'll blow one.
No.
You feel me? We gotta work on our shit.
Say less.
But nigga, you can't keep hemming me up like this, nigga. You can't
live with that, man. My bad, dog. My bad.
All right, so shout out to these two brothers here, Tony Baker or Barker. Tony Baker and Kev on stage doing the minstrel show in a nigga city near you. All right. Yes, indeed. I'm pretty sure if you check their things in, they definitely are going to be in a nigga air territory near you. But of course, I think, people don't realize there's code switching across the board. All right. So here we go right here. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. What is like when Pookie dates his first white woman? Okay. What is he dates his first white woman as narrated by a guy in the car. All right. So there's a guy in the car. He finds that there's Pookie, aka Chief Keef, $2 Chief Keef with a pale skin. All right. Shout out to them. That's definitely the natural pairing of the world here. A redhead pale skin or a very pale woman and a black guy, a very dark skinned black guy. Believe me, I know about this life. But another black guy sees this couple and it says talks with the inner me. All right. I'm interested in what his commentary is about this couple. Here we go.
Don't even worry about it. You ain't coming like this. If I can't hold your hand while we about to cross the street and get up out of it. I'm finna get me one. Look, this nigga, he happy than a motherfucker. He happy as fuck. See what I'm saying? Man, I want that kind of look, man. I'm looking for that right now. They walking, bitch. She not worried about the goddamn car he driving, the shoes he got on, nothing. They're walking and shit, smiling. Bitch don't want nothing but his time. She love him. Damn.
All right, so
Where the white women at?
now this is funny. He said the ninja skipping, showing teeth. He happy.
Niggas always gotta show
She happy. He's skipping in the la la lands. He dolloping in the daisies. All right, goodness gracious. And that brother's like, she don't want nothing but his time, just his presence and his weed. I'm gonna just let you know, man. There's marijuana associated with this relationship.
Hey, where are the white women
All
at?
right, there's a lot of weed going on here, and both of these people are going to be bum losers at the end of the day, but that's neither here nor there. They're happy. All right, this guy right here.
And ain't worry about it. You ain't coming.
She's hella skinny and pale, so you know there's some crack or some meth in here. There's definitely some meth going on.
Coming like this. If I can't hold your hand while we about to cross the street and get up out of it. I'm finna get me one. Look,
He said, I'm finna get me one. Yep, you're going to have to get you a plain Jane. Look at that. No makeup, no eyelashes, no eyebrows. Hey, man, plain Janes make great women. All right, they make great women. They loyal, they down. Okay, but there you go right there. I mean, she already looked, and she's going to look 40 by the time she's 26. Just so you know, man, pale skin and red hair. She's going to look 40 by the time she's 29. All right, 47. She's going to look like his mama by the time if they get married. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to have a fine baddie at the end of the day.
This nigga, he happy than a motherfucker. He happy as fuck.
All right, and so what did I tell you, man? One thing that I told you, and I was one of the first people. I know I'll be taking credit for a lot of stuff, but I was one of the first person to talk about the fact that when you see pictures of black men and black women together, inevitably the black man is almost never smiling. Now, I have heard one comedian even go further on this one. I believe maybe Chris Rock or Will Smith. But when you see black men and when we took pictures, all right, and 8 times, 9 times out of 10, we got the new world order at me. Okay, what happened? Okay, hold on for a second. Let me get it straight. I'll fix it. New world order. I did it real time where I took photos and I even took celebrities. LeBron James and stuff like that. And so I took photos real time and I said, take a look at the black men in the picture with the black women. All right. Almost inevitably, they are not smiling. Now, I think the comedian that took this a step further talked about black men can't be seen smiling and looking in weakness. So inherently, when they're around black women, they got to look tough. All right. And there's a feeling that they have to look tough. Whereas then when you have black men with white women or any other race of women, they tend to be smiling, cheesing ear to ear. And I went and somebody said, I remember, I took pictures randomly. I'm like, I'm going to take pictures randomly. And I pulled up celebrities and the celebrity couples. When the black man is with the black woman, he is almost never smiling. And it's because I think black men inherently have this stress that they might put onto themselves or might be put onto them, that they always got to be like this masculine in protection mode. Okay. Whereas when they're with other races of women, they can actually enjoy the time. And that's what you're seeing here. And you also can hear in the frustration of the man that is narrating this. He's like, look, he happy, he's skipping and he's smiling. She's smiling and they're just enjoying themselves. Whereas black men got to be like, am I walking on the right side of the walkway? You know, the black women are like, you can't walk next to the curb. She's got to walk inside of the curb. Always kind of worrying about all of these goofy little archaic rules of mating. Yes, that's an archaic rule of mating where the woman has to walk on the inside of the That's archaic. That don't even apply today. All the reasons why she would walk to the inside of the sidewalk does not apply today. It has nothing to do with a car careening over the curb. It has more to do with trash. And when people used to pour shit from their window and a pot to piss in and not a window to throw it out, they would throw all of that shit out onto the curb or the sidewalk, specifically in cities, metropolitan cities like New York. All right, where people will put trash and poop and it will be horse shit, and mud that was possibly splash onto the woman, where most likely you're walking down the street with a woman. These things will never happen. All right. Car's not going to careen on the curb and hit you. If a car did careen on the curb and hit you and hit the woman, it's going to hit you too. It ain't like it's going to deflect off the guy and protect the woman. Both of y'all getting killed. All right. Number one. Number two, there's no horse or dog shit or trash on the curb. Number three, there's no horses running down the main street, shitting, and then it's splashing up on the woman. It is a completely archaic rule that you guys have, specifically in the black community, have measured up men to always be like, am I doing it right? Am I putting coats over puddles? Am I walking on into the inside of the curb? You can't even enjoy. Okay. You can't even enjoy being with the woman, whereas this guy is expressing they're just happy together. And they're on feet. They're not even in a car. He not have to worry about open doors. And of course, he's going to go down in qualities of looks. Okay. Qualities of looks. You got to go down. But he got a nice little redhead muskrat, Chief Keef, and he could be low budget. He could be low budget. And he's happy. What's sad is that the other guy is like, dang, I want to be happy like that, but he can't. Okay, he can't because he knows he's dealing with a certain demographic of woman that just won't let him be happy.
Everybody, he ain't coming.
This black guy had a very much white woman. Well, he would have to be on guard.
Like this, if I can't hold your hand while we about to cross the street and get up out of.
Somebody asked about what about puddle splashing? I got a question for you. When was the last time a puddle was splashed on you? Okay. Just think about this. You guys have lived 30, 40 years, 10, 20, 30. When was the last time a puddle splashed on you? Now, I live on the West Coast, so we don't get a lot of weather like this, but it's rarely going to happen. Certainly if you're walking down the street as a couple, it rarely happens that a car drives up or a bus or a truck and splashes a puddle on you. So again, archaic rule. It's rarely going to happen. Shit you're worried about. That's never going to happen. Okay. I've never really had a puddle splashed on me, and I'm 50. Let alone a puddle splashing on me and another woman on her shoes. I mean, these are things that'll never happen. Rarely ever happen. And also, it's just water and mud. I mean, these are all things that you worry about. So now that I'm on a date, I got to worry about what if a puddle splashes on this girl? This is stuff that doesn't happen very often, but we got to be on guard for the one time a puddle splashes on this woman. And now I ruined the date because I was walking on the inside of the curb, a very archaic rule. Now, getting back to the show, where's the puddle splashing over here? Not a puddle splashing. And let me see if he ends up walking on the inside of the curb as well.
I'm finna get me one. Look, this nigga, he happy than a motherfucker. He happy as fuck. See what I'm saying? Man, I want that kind of look, man.
He said, I want that kind of look. And he's on the inside of the curb.
Man, bitch, she not worried about the goddamn car.
Look at where she is.
Driving.
Look at where she is in traffic where all these cars could careen on her. He's not on the inside of the curb. I'm sorry, he's walking on the inside of the curb. See, nobody's worried about all that shit. They're not worried about it. They're just enjoying their time. She's not like, well, I would go out with him again, but he didn't walk on the inside of the curb or the outside of the curb like a true gentleman. You see what I mean? Like, so anyway, enough about that. You hear that, you see what you see here. And I think that guy is making sense and he's learning. That's kind of like a red pill. You take a red pill moment and go, wow, actually been living life, not enjoying myself in the company of women because, well, neither of us are enjoying ourselves and misery loves company. All right. So here we go right here. Got this woman here on Straggle Sniggle Theater. This should be on the inside. Okay. This should be on inside of the mind of on the inside of the mind of women on Straggle Sniggle Theater Smut Magazine edition. All right. So here you go right here. Let's see what this young lady says about what she desires.
Dear diary, I need to be fucked. I do. And I'm tired of pretending that I don't. I want someone to stuff every inch of themselves inside of my nutty putty cave and stroke away every heartbreak. I want to be kissed so deeply that I can taste what they ate for breakfast. Morals this, self-respect that, bah humbug. Life is hard. But that man's beefcake is harder. At least a bitch can do is catch a nut here and there.
Jesus.
Dear.
All right. She's starving right now.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
You will hear that even a lot of women that will say they're not sexually active and they're sexually selective. They do be fiending out here. And so you got her fiending and she's expressing it through her Dear Diary. She's the Dear Diary knows how much of a skeezer she wants to be or she is. Holy mackerel. She said she need to be stuffed. And looking at that old face right here, looks like, yeah, it's going to be hard to get a nigga come over there to stuff her. I mean, ninjas will come over there to stuff her, but yo, this is inside of the mind of a lady here.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Diary. I need to be fucked. I do. And I'm tired of pretending that I don't. I want someone to stuff every inch of themselves inside of my nutty putty cave.
Oh, nutty putty cave. My nutty putty cave? All right, boy. And look at that neck. Look at that chin. Oh, my goodness.
And stroke away every heartbreak. I want to be kissed so deeply that I can taste what they ate for breakfast.
Ugh. Jesus.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Now, what you don't know is this is how they think, you know, when they playing independent all day and they go home to their lonely kitchen, Cat Williams, when they go home to their lonely house and they're like, damn, how did I end up here alone? Okay. And then they start writing in their diary and doing all these things. And when it gets quiet for them, they start thinking about all of this stuff. And then sometimes they get a little bit weak. And at 1, 2 a.m., they know who to text. Pookie, come on through. Come beat these guts up and leave. Now, what Pookie's going to say is I get it for free. And in an instance, yes, because the woman really doesn't want Pookie. She really doesn't like the fact that she has to get stroked down by Pookie. She just has that peace leave itching. She got that scratch that she needs, the itch. And then she ends up in a moment of weakness going and just making it easy for a guy. And he's up twisting a joint. And he happened to just be minding the nose business. All right, he already done knocked down 2 slimmies already. And then she come through. She's a 4, 5, or a 6. And then she just come on through and drop it off. And then he comes over there. He drops it off. He's back home. And then he's probably going to be late for his shift at Amazon or Jiffy Lube. But at the end of the day, he got it for free. Shout out to him inside of the mind of the ladies. Sometimes you just have to be present. All right, you just have to have enough game and enough 4s in your Rolodex for them to be in a moment of weakness. Even SWV said, I get so weak in the knees, she can hardly speak, where she just leaves the door unlocked and she just in the bed naked when you pull up. Believe me, I've had plenty of those types in my rotation. All right, they weren't the best looking ladies. All right, anyway, but it was for free. It was so-called free. So we got the last one here, Straggling Sniggle Theater. We have a lady that says, nah, for real, crash out. She finna. That sounds like she from the Midwest or at least the rural South. I'm finna crash out. Let's see what she finna crash out about.
Why the fuck is it so hard to get over a bitch ass nigga? Like, it ain't hard to get over a good nigga, but it's hard to get over a bitch ass nigga. Like a nigga that ain't shit. It's like you love this nigga or something. Like you love this nigga. This ain't shit ass nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, bitch, get out my fucking head, ho. Like, I'm getting mad. Like, bitch can't even sleep. I'm thinking about this bitch ass nigga. Fucking nigga, like, ain't shit. Like, he just. Oh,
the humanity.
Guys, there it is again, because these bitch ass ninjas, yep, they be delivering that pipe. They be hitting that bottom. They be putting it in her back. All right. They be putting it down her throat. But a good man, not so much. You playing it like a sucker MC. So this is where the plight of the mate selection and the dating selection goes, because yes, all men, there's more bitch ass ninjas than there are good men. Well, no, there's more good men than there are bitch ass ninjas, but good men tend to play it safer, where bitch ass ninjas don't play it safer. And let's just take a look at the young lady here. Let's take a look at the young lady. First of all, she ugly. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to describe her. I'm not belittling her. She's ugly. Okay. Can we agree that she ugly? All right. This woman's a 3. All right. If she's lucky. Bifocals, bad teeth, black ass lips. I mean, she's ugly. But here's the thing. Ninjas is hitting that bottom. And this is where guys are like, she capping, coach. No, there's some ninjas that are stroking her out. I'm talking about giving her the stroke of death when he come over there and drop that thing off. I mean, digging her out till she buh. Shout out to Steph is cold. Digging her out till she buh. And so what happens is these women get these guys to come over there and do that, but play her like a fool, only for her to realize her worth later on and make you guys, good guys, work for it. But when the good guys come around, she can be dismissive of the guy until she really needs him, because the good guy's not digging her out till she buh. Shout out to Stephen Skull. The good guy's not doing that. He's playing it safe. He's asking, can I touch you? He ain't choking, whooping, and spanking and pulling her hair. He ain't eating out the groceries and licking the Duke shoot, right? He ain't eating the groceries. He ain't doing none of that. The good guy ain't doing none of that. He just be like, I want to lick you up and down till you say stop. So a bit ass Nick is what she's talking about. The reality is them dudes stroking her heart out and she can't get over it. Really, when women say they can't get over a guy, it's two reasons. He's a resource to her or he digging her out. And that's the case here. That's why she can't get over it, because as they say, she sprung or she dickmatized. Yes, indeed.
Why the fuck is it so hard to get over a bitch ass nigga?
You know, a bitch ass nigga will hit raw, nut in her. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to do the things that the Red Pill Rangers tell you not to do. You better wear a condom, extra tight. Okay, you better wear 2 condoms. You better not do this. You better not do that. So the good guy is very cautious. He's got more to lose. But a bitch ass nigga coming in raw, you know, dripping. He got pus coming out. He looking at her punani. It got bumps and pus coming out of it. He's still hitting raw. He nutting in her, cream pieing her, all of that. He don't care. He don't care if she even took a shower. Right? He don't care. He coming through and he gonna bust that thing out. So that's what's happening here, and that's why when people say they have a lot of condom sex, I'm saying it's what I call, and a lot of women will agree with this. They won't even count it as a body. I call it simulated sex. You're simulating sex. You're not even actually having true sex. You're simulating sex. There's a barrier in between it. Whereas Pookie or bitch ass niggas, as she says, they coming in raw. Okay, they eating it raw. They eating the slurp. They eating the gonorrhea out of it. All right, they eating the gonorrhea out of it. All right, so they don't care, and they going in raw and cream pie. They taking no precautions and safeties. They ain't even applying a plan B. All right, they ain't even asking her if she on birth control. They going right in. Okay, and so this is why when you don't have simulated sex, you tend to catch feelings, and people don't realize that it's hard for a woman to catch feelings with you when you have a condom on. Can everybody agree with this? When you have a condom sex with a woman, it's hard for her to catch feelings. It's so much easier for her to catch feelings if you hit the same woman raw. Same woman. You start hitting her raw and cream pieing her, she's going to catch feelings. I don't care who she is. She's going to catch feelings. And don't be raw dogging her and digging her out either. All right. She's going to catch feelings. But it's hard for them to catch feelings when you're having simulated sex with a condom. It's very rare, but it happens. But it's very rare. But anyway, shout out to this woman here, and I just educated you guys on this one. That's Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
We got it. All right, let me get to the super chats here. Appreciate y'all for being here one more day, one more again. We're going to keep this show going, man. It's a great show. It's the best entertainment here on YouTube. We have some love over on Ko-Fi. Shout out to Ko-Fi Love over here. Appreciate y'all for being here. Dennis S says code switching is coming off less threatening. By the way, piping on my let's blow something. He said right here, pause. There was a pause moment there too. But yeah, code switching, you're just coming off less threatening. And I remember there was a movie. I think I can't remember the movie, if it was like Strictly Business with or maybe it was In Living Color, in which they talked about men, particularly black men, taking the bass out of their voice when they're in corporate settings. I can't remember what movie it is. Maybe you guys know, or maybe it was a TV show where they're like, put some bass in your voice. Where when you code switch, one thing that men do, particularly black men do, is take the bass out of their voice so you can appear less threatening. But if you sound masculine, and especially if was it Boomerang? Undercover? I can't remember what it was. Mo Money, one of those movies. Mo Money, Strictly Business, Boomerang. I can't remember what it is, but you're right. When you have bass in your voice as a man, but you're in a middle or lower position, you're threatening to people that are in a higher position. So they're like, you know, you got to take that bass off. So you got to bring it down a little bit. You got to talk a little bit sweeter. You got to lighten up. So you're right. Code switching, you're coming off less threatening. You take the bass out of your voice. You sound less assertive. You start putting, everything sounds like a question. Everything sounds like a question, even when it's not a question. So even when you're trying to appear, like, let's say if you're helping someone that's in higher management, when you help them, you'll still phrase everything like a question. Women do this across the board. All right. They do this across the board. So you'll say, maybe you should maybe click over on that window. You see right here, they're on the computer and they can't figure it out, but you know what to do. You know what to click. You know what to put in there, but they're on the computer and you're like, maybe you should click on that window. You see that? That's an example of, and I'm trying to come up with another example, but you made it a question. You made it less threatening. You took the bass out of your voice. You tone police yourself. And that's a way you sound less threatening, as opposed to, nah, click that window right there. Put that script in. This is the way you do it. Okay, move to the side. Let me do it for you. So watch out for that passive aggressive nature. Women do that very much. And this is why women are exhausted playing a role, because they have to be passive aggressive. They can't be direct and say things with the exclamation point or with a point, a period. They have to make everything a question. Passive suggestion. Shout out to you. Somebody said it was Boomerang when they were in the suit store. Put some more bass in your voice. I love that. Put some more bass in your voice. Shout out to our brother here. No government name. As a Gen Z member of the Shield, I appreciate that you kept the best gems. Keep the best gems for locals in the money mindset. Screw the coochie commies that want to get the best in life for free. Why is that hard for bitches to accept that women, even their kids, don't love them, but only as a utility? I think men have to get to the exception phase that you are a utility. You're a wallet. You're a pet wallet. You're a utility. You're a means to an end. You're somebody that can move stuff and reach stuff high off the cabinets. Not me, but you're willing to climb on top of stuff to get stuff. You're a resource. That's what you are. That's what you are. And I accept it. But if that's the case, then if I accept that, then I want the opposite. I want my woman to be the yang of that. And also accept the fact that when you're dealing with women that you want to actually give their life over to you, meaning that you want them to quit their job and focus on you and cater to you, that it's going to cost you way more to exit that relationship than if that woman had her own resources and her own job. So there's trade-offs. You want a woman to give her life up for you and walk the walk and be a loser like you. Well, if that relationship ends, she's going to want her pound of flesh. Stay at home wife. You want her to stay at home and give up her job and raise your kids. If that relationship implodes, you're going to pay a steep price for that. Okay. She's going to take your ass to court and drag that shit out. These are the worst people you can divorce. Hopefully you never divorce a woman like this, because it's going to be the worst divorce you ever seen. So, but what guys will do is want a woman to do this and then not want to pay the fee after the fact. I'm like, bro, she didn't give up her life, her body and all of that shit. Well, she's supposed to do that. All right, whatever. You know, these red pill ragers. Be ready to pay the fee. Plain and simple. Shout out to our brother. Show Nuff says, is that a silver necklace, coach? He says, been buying AG. I think you meant right there. Since I learned about the Fed and our fake money in 2015. And if you've been buying silver and gold, you're up bigly at this particular point. And Money Mindset stream 3 years ago, we talked about that, buying silver and gold. And now I'm that much more heavier in silver and gold. Shout out to you. You're up good and bigly. Hey, yo, it's Ace, says Coach. Can you incorporate the I'd buy that for $1 sound clip from the original RoboCop movie every time these schizoids say that they're celibate? Because I got $3.85 in my purse. Shout out to you. Appreciate that.
I got money.
I'll buy that for $1. All right. I remember my homeboy used to say that a lot when we were like in fifth or sixth grade. I'll buy that for $1. Okay. Shout out to our brother Kevin Sullivan, says, Coach, you are right about coaches these days not being able to say anything to players. It's hard to watch sports. He says these days, Caleb cost the Bears that game and his coach couldn't do anything but shake his head. And yes, we talked about that yesterday. The ability for people to actually provide constructive criticism in the heat of the moment is gone. You can't really ridicule players and their behavior. Also, these players have more, they make more money than the coaches. So what is he going to do? What's he going to do? Grab him up, tell him he's going to ship him over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What is he going to do? He got to put up with it. And also creative players who do well in the heat of the moment, who are gamers. You got to put up with gamers doing dumb shit. Josh Allen's a gamer. Derek Carr, he's kind of was a gamer, if you will, but he's going to do some dumb shit like try to reach the ball across the goal line and fumble it out of the end zone, doing some dumb shit, a touchback. Caleb Williams is a gamer. That one touchdown he had where he scrambled back 50 yards and threw it in the end zone. Yeah, those are highlights. Those are great things that he can do, but he going to do some dumb shit too. Okay. And you got to put up with it. You got to just shake your head. You can't be like, you dumb idiot. Whereas back in the day, you could do that and say, you're cut. I'm shipping you to the Packers. Okay. All right. I'm sending you to the Raiders. You know, these type of things where you can make veiled threats. So, yeah, man, you got to put up with that shit. So coaches can't really just crash out on their players. Shout out to our brother says, Hustle Every Day says, why I bang less? Because of condoms. Yeah, it ain't no fun. When the homie can't have none. Okay. Oh, man. Shout out to our brother. Shout out to our brother Joshua Moon says, and you can't order DoorDash. Okay, not sure. Let me see. Was that in context? He says, Coach ordered a rice bowl from across the water and you can't order DoorDash. I'm not sure what that means, but shout out to you. Thank you for that contribution. It's probably out of context. Somebody said Mendoza's really corny. Hey, man, shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers for winning the NCAA. I call it the NCAA, but they call it college football. The college football championship. That was fantastic to see. If you don't know, Indiana football was never anything. They had a couple of football players here and there that have come through Indiana. I remember they had a little black quarterback back maybe 20 years ago. I can't remember his name, but he was doing something for the Hoosiers. I can't remember too many players off the top of my head for Indiana football that has ever done anything. This is a loser program. This program has been a traditional loser, meaning their overall record historically is they've lost more than they won. So it was amazing to see them go 16-0 out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere in the last 2 years, to see their trajectory go 16-0. All right, so I'm proud of them to be able to become a program that has always been at the bottom. Yeah, his name is Antoine Randall L. I remember him. Antoine Randall L. He played at Indiana, and I remember him doing some things back in the day. But their program has been a bottom feeder program for historically since I've been alive. They've never been a contender. And now all of a sudden they came out of nowhere and to win and go 16-0. And basically they ran the gauntlet against historically traditional powerhouses. Ohio State, Alabama, they trumped Oregon. They beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Trounced them. And then they run the table and then they beat the U. So this is amazing to be able to do this in a short period of time. And shout out to the coach there. I want to give credit to that coach because he's done a great job. And he was, he had James Madison at the top for a couple of years when James Madison was contending for a little bit. So that was great to see. The one thing I'm mad about, right? One thing I'm mad about. What do you think I'm mad about? All right. Can anybody think what I'm mad about? All right. Because I made some money on the last game because I picked the spread on that last game. That was too easy because I know they was going to hand the Ducks. Bruh, them motherfuckers had a 7.5 point spread. A 7.5 point spread. But they playing the game conservative all of a sudden. Boy, I'm pissed off watching this game. I'm pissed off. I took the spread. I took 7.5 points. I was like, they blowing everybody out. They don't blow them out. They go up 6. They go up 10. They go back down 4. And then they go down and run the ball. They get it all the way down to the 15. And they kick a field goal. Oh, my God. I'm pissed. I was pissed. I was mad as a motherfucker, man. I'm like, nigga, who kicks a field goal and gives them the ball back with 1.5 minutes? What kind of bullshit is this? What kind of bullshit is this? Everybody knows you go for the touchdown to get it a 2-point game. Because my question is this. Why not go for the touchdown? Because the field goal does nothing. You could have turned the ball over on downs and still Been in the same situation. Oh, I'm pissed. I was pissed. I had big money on the game, bro. I was like, man, you got to be kidding me, bro. You got to be kidding me. You go up 6, they get a touchdown, you lost anyway. So I was like, man, this is pathetic. And I'm literally sitting there at the end of the game watching the parade and shit, just looking like I sat there for a good 25 minutes just staring at the screen like, I can't believe this shit. I was happy for them, but at the same time, nigga. So anyway, shout out to them for winning. Indiana's traditionally been a basketball school, so it was good to see them win. But I was pissed that they kicked that field goal. I was mad I was angrier than a wet hornet. Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, I was like, man, what kind of goofy decision is that? Go for the touchdown. You at the 12-yard line. You done went for 4th down 5 times throughout the game. And bruh, risk it for the biscuit. So anyway, last one, no government name. I heard a Gen Z woman crash out that her fiance broke up with her. He told her that he'd rather just become a sugar daddy and rent women. We're going to talk about that. He told her that he'd rather become a sugar daddy and rent. She said he was going to pay off her debt. Notice love wasn't mentioned once. CGA warned you, sucker for love, brokey ass niggies. # the shield. Check that out. Check that out. So again, you think about that. The woman was mad that the relationship did not go further because in the normie sense, he was going to pay off her debt, aka he was going to pay. And so that's what she was losing. Most women are, when you break up with them, they think about what they're going to lose financially. All right. And maybe they think about you got her body or stuff like that. Anyway, 100%. 100%. That's crazy. Anyway, let me get on with this show because we only still got like less than an hour and a half left. We have crime and law CGA. Okay, so we got a little bit of crime to talk about, so let's get into it. Crime and law CGA. Shout out to you. Do me a favor, hit the like button. This is not really crime, but it's law, if you will. So we got some crime and law CGA here. Let me see what we got. We have a story here. I believe this is a fake story. It could be AI. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's real. Maybe these people got a hold of a picture and they're making a story out of it, the internet. Well, if you can see here, there's a young lady here appearing to be a Walmart piece of calico. I actually had a piece of calico that looked just like this. I wonder if she still watches me. All right, but she looked like this, and she was an assistant manager at Walmart for many years. She was a nice young lady. All right, I matured her for like 5 years. And in the background, you have Unk in the background. Looks like a coworker. They're wearing 2 different color shirts, so I don't know what that has to do with their seniority or their position at the company here. But take a look at that bind getting fixed in the back.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Look at that bind done got fixed. It looks and appears to be the same 2 people here. All right.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
And somebody said he's the manager, and he done wore poor $2 Britney Spears ass out. He wore that ass out. And one thing that young women don't think about when they're dating older men, all right, is that older man, he gonna bust in 5 minutes. No, yeah, that's young dudes who gonna bust in 5 minutes. Y'all only got 5 minutes to complete the act before y'all interrupt it anyway. But older men, they got their own house, their own property, their own bed. He gonna wear that ass out, especially a young piece of calico. All right. And so she's sweating and shit. Look at that. Why she still got her shirt on? Mascara running. He done beat that up from pillar to post. And she thought that was gonna be a 5-minute piece of work to get that bind fixed. And he wore that ass out for a good 45 minutes. All right. He was like, I got a full hour to wear that ass out. And she'd have been worn out and stretched out like she ain't never been stretched and worn out. All right. And she like, damn. Man, I had to kiss him on the mouth and all that. And he had to show back up to work. Look how you looking. All red in the face. And there's a thing going on Reddit right now of and I don't usually use Reddit as a source, but there's a Reddit post saying a woman saying that she had to engage in this type of activity because her dog needed surgery. And I just talked about that yesterday. Sometimes women do this here and there intermittently because of they're in a bind. Now, this woman says she was disgusted. She felt like she was raped, and other women were chiming in the comment section saying, "Oh, I had to do this too." And and so what a lot of guys don't think is that they're, I talk about the JUCO. A lot of women do this as a way, as a means. This is kind of how they get out of binds. This is kind of how they get out of a quagmire or a tight situation. And she said, I'm going to take it to the grave. I never told anybody that I did this, but I had to do it because X, Y, and Z, and I felt like shit, and so forth and so on. So yeah, this is kind of a card that they always can play. Oldest profession, if you will. They can play this card to get out of a tight fix. Men can't play this card. They can't play this card. When they're in a tight fix, they're up shit's creek. They're going to have to figure out how to get a second job. But women can do this. Women of all ages. And as I say, all women have or have thought of doing this. And some women are like, not me. And I say, have you ever said, I wish I can just not work this job and find a rich husband? That's the example of you thinking of doing it. The further example of that is if the woman says, I wish I can find a guy, a sugar daddy that doesn't want sugar. So that's an example of it too. You're sitting there going, I'll just marry out of this. That's an example of it, that you will each actually consider doing it, but hope the guy doesn't want anything from you. That's an example of all women have or have thought of doing it. Even your mama. Okay. And so all women have said that. That's an example of them considering that as an out or a solution. Now, think about the ones that have actually gone through it that you don't even know about. Okay. So that's it right here. Now, here's the sad part of it, where the law comes in, the crime part comes in. That was the crime. Let's talk about the law part of it here. First of all, I don't advise people doing this. Apparently, they're saying that, and this is a different photo picture. So this is going viral. We'd have another set of people here. So this is why I say the story might not be real. Another set right here. You see, this is two different people, but this is the type of thing that people are talking about. This is why I'm telling you it's overt. People are talking about it. They're just not dealing with the reality of it. So it says, my first day on the job.
Just trust me.
Mr. Earl been there for 20 years. He gonna make sure you do your... Mr. Earl!
Yep.
Mr. Earl been there for 20 years.
All right, so there it is right there. So this is the type of thing that you see going on in our culture that they call it the subtle programming of you, where they're programming these ideas so that you accept it. It's like predictive programming, where you see a movie about an outbreak and then 10 years later, there's an outbreak. What they're trying to tell you that is it's going on. Age gap relationships, women selling themselves to older guys. They're trying to show you that it's happening to get you desensitized to the fact that it's happening. So you just say, oh, it's a joke or it's AI. But what they're trying to do is tell you that it's going down. All right, that's the law part of it. They're telling you that it's going down.
Gonna make sure you do your...
That even young women who might even think about this type of thing here, they're going, oh, I guess other women are doing it. AI is doing, they're desensitizing people to it by subtly telling you about it, but joking about it. So it's, by the way, man, I've seen this shit go on for many, many years. I've worked in retail when I was a young man. It went down there too. I had a young woman that was dating a manager, and I was looking at them like, y'all together? It's like, but they were actually a boyfriend and girlfriend, if you will. But it started off like that. And I looked and like, how are y'all two together? But it happens. Okay. It happens. And of course, Kamala Harris, sleep your way to the top. You got to do what you got to do, or get a sexual harassment charge. All right. We're going to move on. Because we got to matriculate this ball downfield. We have, let's see how many people are in the stream. 1,700. Look at that, man. Content creators would dream to have 1,700 people live. And on a dead channel at that. But I'm blowing up on Facebook. I'm getting thousands of followers overnight. Okay. I went from 49,000 to 53,000 in a few hours. So whatever's happening on Facebook, and I started posting my content from a few years ago when I was doing speeches and appearances and collaborations. I'm posting those clips on Facebook, and it's going crazy. All right, if I keep posting, I'll be at 100K on Facebook, and that's a whole new bag before somebody try to hate and demonetize me. That's a whole new bag. All right, that'd be a whole new bag. I will have more subscribers over there in a few weeks on Facebook than I have on YouTube. That's what tells you I'm censored and shadow banned over here. because some reason I started posting over there, and boom, same thing on Instagram. I'm censored the shadow ban over there. My subscribers never move, no matter what happens. I could go viral, it doesn't move. But for some reason on Facebook, they moving over there, and it's crazy. So that could be another. Well, I won't say nothing because the haters will be over there trying to motherfucking throw a monkey wrench in my program. You know what happens. You know how these motherfuckers do. They don't want to see a nigga win. They don't want to see a nigga win. All right, what are we doing here? So we got 1,700 people here. Let's talk about the cult. Let's talk about let's go inside of the mind of the ladies. Ladies, are you here? All right, give me a get 'em daddy, ladies.
Get 'em daddy.
Give me a okay daddy.
Okay, daddy.
Give me a okay daddy if you're here, ladies. Okay, we're gonna go inside of the mind of the modern woman here. We're gonna hear several videos that I thought you would find interesting inside of the mind of the modern woman. We have this woman that says here, do not have kids. All right. So for you legacy guys, and we're going to take a look at the comment section. This woman says, do not have kids and why? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Physically.
Here we go.
I'm going to be the first to say it. I only have one kid because I don't enjoy being a mother. Love my son to death. Absolutely hate the responsibility of being his mom. I know for a fact that I can't financially, physically, mentally, spiritually deal with more than one kid. I'm the real definition of one and done. I'm the real definition of never again. And I love kids. I love all kids, all races, all sizes. I feel like all kids are beautiful. But I like a kid that I can give back. I like a kid that I can play with and give you back to your mom or your dad. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him. And then on top of that, it's so many people that say they're gonna help you, they're gonna help you, they're gonna help you, they're gonna help you at the baby shower. It's gonna be so many nights when it's just you and that motherfucking baby. You looking at that baby looking at you, and you wishing somebody would come in your room and get that motherfucker for you.
Okay, so first of all, this is why I always say single motherhood is a choice. It's a choice. This is a choice and decision she made. She thought it was a good decision, didn't really realize the true consequences of being said single mother, and she thought that there would be a village to help raise. But as you can see, those people aren't going to be people that are going to be there, or they'll help raise a baby, but not a child. So when the baby's a baby and can't do nothing there but shit and drool, all right, people will be around. When the baby starts talking and walking and trying to do shit and saying no, people ain't going to put up with that shit. Picking boogers and snot running from their face. So this is a woman that has this child. And of course, the child is in the background playing with Elmo or See and Say or some goofy ass shit on their iPad. And she's fed up. Why? Because she doesn't have the freedom. So what does she say? I'm one and done, which is something that I warned you about, is that you might be able to get a woman to have one kid, maybe two, but in today's world, they don't want to be up here being mothers. They don't. So for the legacy guys that think they're going to have 5 and 6 kids and build a legacy in the football team, it is very rare that you're going to meet a woman that does that, especially after they have one kid. Okay. And she likes the kids. She says, I love them, but I don't love the idea of raising them. Let's take a look at the comment section so you can see what's going on right here. You have a woman says, as a childless woman, I absolutely love when mothers like you are honest and gives us the harsh truth. And then we also have another one. I hate it. Soon as I open my eyes, I have to be a servant. So they don't even want to be a servant for you. They don't even want to be a servant for the kid. Okay, so we do live in a selfish society. Zennials and Gen Z, they don't have an interest in this, and they certainly don't have an interest to do this for multiple times. This woman says, I'm too selfish for kids. And I'm not blaming these people. I'm just trying to warm in. Like I'm saying what they're saying is true. Okay. But I'm just trying to warn you legacy niggas when y'all out here not in acceptance and not moving forward with your life, trying to find the needle in a haystack. This is the idea, especially with, I would say, liberal women. 47, no kids, no regrets. This woman says, every parent says this. I'm listening. So again, one thing that I always tell you about, it's hard for you to have pretty much authority over your woman these days. Before social media, you could have a little bit more authority. You might have to worry about what type of reality shows or soap operas she was watching. But because women can project their issues out to the world, not project, I guess you would say project, because there's social media and and women can listen to other women. All right, they're listening to them, and there's only so much you can do to keep your woman on program, because she's sitting at the house listening, and then you're out here trying to tell her to have 3 and 4 kids. You have this one says, girl, the cooking every damn day is what really sending me. So it's not just cooking for men, it's cooking for children. I mean, come on, man. This was right here. I'm one and done because another baby daddy won't teach me another lesson. We listen and we don't judge. Girl, my daughter is 8 and I ain't need a pregnancy test since. I would love to be a dad and said, okay, here we go. This woman says, I would love to be a dad and said, meaning that you don't have to be around the kid. And then when I say this, people think I'm crazy. Last one, as a one and done mom, I feel you 100%. Okay. Girl, don't do it, not even once. Okay, so there you go right there. Inside of the mind of the modern woman, which I listen and I don't judge, but I use it as a teaching tool for men to wake up ecclesiastically. Okay, ecclesiastically is just not, it's not going to happen. It's not happening. They just have too many other people rallying for them for their position. And they say the male space or red pill is toxic. I would say, well, look at that side of it, where you're looking at people selling men a dream. I want a family. I want to be a wife. I want to have kids. And then you link up with them and then they have one kid and then they're off and running and you'll never get them back. Very, very difficult situation, especially for you melanated men, you so-called black men. All right, we have another one here. Okay, that's a rather long video, so I'm going to skip. So we have inside the mind of the modern woman. I don't know if this is for internet or rage bait, but this is an interesting video that I seen across Al Gore's internet. And it's a group of women saying that they're surprising their friend after she becomes a born again virgin. When your friends surprise you after you become a born again virgin. Okay. All right. This is interesting. I don't know if this is AI, but now we have born again virgins. This is interesting. Let's play the video. Calling you to say. All right, let's turn the music off on this one there. It says virgin again. And there she is, allegedly, the woman in the video here, virgin again. All right. Wow. And red for your hymen again. Red roses for your hymen again. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Send it, brothers. Where's Putin? Body count reset. Okay, women love the party, bro. Look at this. Is that the Brooklyn Bridge? Okay, definitely some liberal white women here. Whoa, goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is the actual reason for they do have the pictures up right there. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, and there's a link in there too. White for purity and red for resetting the hymen. Oh my goodness. Body count reset. All right. Roll back the mileage on that odometer. Jeez Louise. Send it. All right. I feel bad for you young brothers. I feel bad for y'all, man, because y'all don't even know what y'all walking into. Actually, you do. We didn't know what we were walking into. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have 3 more videos. Yeah, 3 more videos. We have a woman saying, if you ask me for a 50-50 relationship. Okay, so now this is something that I've been warning you about as well. Why I think 50-50 benefit men more than they do benefit women more than they do men. That I would not put myself in a 50-50 relationship, because it actually is going to set you up for failure long term. Short term, good. Long term, bad. And this woman validates that. If you ask me for 50-50, don't ask questions after that. 50-50 comes with consequences. Math be mathing differently these days, and it's true. 50-50 relationships come with consequences. Let's see what she says.
I'll go 50-50 with a nigga, but I'm cheating for sure. For sure. For shit show. For surely cheating. Somebody got to get the other 50. Hold on. And I'll go 50-50 with a nigga, but I'm cheating for sure. For sure. For shit show. For surely. for surely cheating. Somebody got to get the other 50.
Oh my goodness. Somebody got to get the other 50. Ring the bell. But y'all tell me the monetized dating marketplace ain't real out here, brothers. It ain't real. Somebody got to get the other 50. My goodness. She said, hey, at some particular point, I'm going to have to get on out here and get my money.
I got the pussy for the money. If you got the money for the pussy.
So there you go right there. 50-50 relationships come with consequences. So somebody said yesterday, she going to be cheating on you. If I had a woman that made tens of millions of dollars a year, she going to be cheating on me. Okay. I had bum bitches cheating on me. Right? The fact that she's rich, okay, whatever. I'm going to be cheating on her too. So it is what it is. So 50-50 relationships put men in a negative category. I know broke bum ass niggas and niggas that don't want to pay women. I get it. You don't want to pay into the relationship. You want her to pay her way. Okay, I don't disagree with that as a reason to get into it. But what I'm telling you is you're going to pay for that 50-50 relationship in one way or another. Normally with some sort of disrespect. Her leveraging her vagina against you, sexist marriages, ratcheting out a pussy, attitude, you're going to get it back. Trust me, you paying for that 50-50. You can't leave. Okay, you can't dip on her because you need her 50. She even said it. I need to get the other 50. So what if she doesn't have their other 50-50, other 50%? And trust me when I tell you, if you're engaging with women that you're expecting 50% of the bills to be paid by her or 50% of whatever, she's going to renege on you at some point. At some point, she's going to talk about something that she had to pay where she doesn't have her other half. It's coming. Pause. It's going to happen to you. It might not happen in the first 3 months, but give it some time. Month 8, month 10, right when you can't afford for her to renigger. You can't afford to her to renigger. Like you waiting, like it's the 29th. And women are good at this. They will wait until the last moment to tell you that they ain't got it. All right. Or they'll wait till the last moment to cancel a trip. Like they're good at this. I don't know what happens. They get a little skittish. It's fight or flight, or they don't want to disappoint you, but they're good at telling you at the last possible moment. So at the moment where you think, okay, she's going to have her other half, and you go out and splurge and spend money, you come back, and on the 31st at 11:30, 8 p.m., she's going to say she don't have her half because something that she had another obligation to had to come and take that priority. She had to pay off her school debt, whatever it is, it's going to happen. All right, her cat needs some surgery, not her cootie cat. All right. Something's going to happen. She's like, well, I had to pay. Can't you just cover? And you're going to be like, and then let me just tell you this as a man. Once you cover once, you've covered it for all. Now that's not a 50-50 relationship. Once she knows that you cover that, this is why I tell you 50-50 is no good. I know you bum broke ass niggas and you niggas that want women to pay their way. I know you think this is a good fix. You drizzle ass niggas, you financially celibate, bargaining stage ass niggas. Once you do it once, it's over. You've done it permanently. Okay, you might as well just go ahead. That is the new line. That is the new expectation. That is the new precedent. That is the new go. That's it. You have changed the negotiation table. You have changed the frame of the relationship overnight. Let's say you cover her half. Then she's going to be like, well, you covered half before. Why can't you just keep covering the half? Some women do it strategically to shift and bait and switch to change the relationship. Why? She might get pressure from her mom, pressure from her friends. Girl, you paying 50% of the bills? I could never. So she finds a way to fix it, give you no warning, see if you can adjust to it. And once you adjust to it, that is the new relationship. That's the new relationship. And yes, she's going to see you as a roommate. Once you do that, it's a wrap. I'm telling you, this is from experience. Okay, this is also from people that I've seen doing this. And I know this is the case of natures of relationships. I've had female roommates. Same thing with female roommates. This is why I never had intimacy with my female roommates, because once you have sex with your female roommates, whatever she was paying in expenses as a roommate, that goes away. she's now going to say, well, I fucked you a couple times. Or she going to give you access in a trial period to a whole bunch of punani 2 weeks before rent's going to be due. Two weeks before rent's going to be due. She knows she ain't got her half. She ain't got her half of the cable bill. She ain't gonna have her the internet. She ain't got her half of the electric bill. She gonna start being in your room, cuddling up, giving you access, and she gonna be letting you hammer that shit out for 2 straight weeks. Then the first of the month's gonna come up, and you're gonna look at her like, where's your half of the rent? Okay.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
And she gonna be like, I was giving you the half of the rent. Remember that time I was letting you go jackhammer on my ass for 2 weeks, 3 times a day? I paid my half already.
Your rent's due,
and then when you say, you still gonna have to pay. She gonna be like, try me. Not only you're gonna get evicted, you cutting off pussy in your own house. So she gonna be like, I ain't gonna fuck you no more, and I ain't paying. So now what? So understand that this is kind of, again, how we talked about it earlier. This is how women get through life. This is how they get through life, bro. How they get through life. As I said, all women have thought of or have done it.
Some folks celebrate Abraham.
For a second, sorry. That's how they do it. Somebody say, ye old okie doke. And dudes will try me with this bullshit, bro. They be like, I get it for free, and it don't never cost me nothing. I'll be like, yes, it does, bro. You just don't realize they finessing the shit out of you. You think you finessing them, and they finessing you. Okay, eventually it's gonna end up that situation there. So watch out. We have that one right there. We have 2 more videos. 2 more videos. Somebody says she got to go. This is why I say, man, when you have the leverage, I know you don't want to do this, but when you're paying the full price, it's easier for you. It's easier for you to kick them out. It's easier for you to dead the deal. So let's say, for instance, you're in a 50-50 relationship, but you make enough to cover 100%. But you just going, okay, I'll let her cover 50. And then she comes to you and she plays a renegger game. Well, if she plays a renegger game, you could just be like, okay, keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. You could just kick her to the curb. Okay, get out. Bye. Or you could just dip on her. All right, good luck paying for this apartment. Okay. I'm going to just go get me a new apartment. Trust me, this is a leverage move. So even when you're in a 50-50 relationship, the fact that you do have enough to cover when she can't cover gives you the ability to walk. Okay. That's what it is. You have the ability to walk when you have enough that you're not dependent on the 50-50. You can kick her to the curb. You can walk. You can just back out of the deal. You can say, good luck, chuck them up the deuces and all of that stuff. And somebody said, even when you're married, you can't kick her to the curb. So if you were in a 50-50 marriage and she plays the renegger game on you, you're stuck in the marriage still. You're stuck in the marriage. You can't kick her to the curb. She could be like, well, I ain't going to pay no more at all. I changed the rules. That's a bait and switch in the marriage wheel. You're still married. You're cooked. So relationships that start off 50-50, I just call that a trial period. Wait till that relationship progresses 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 years. If y'all still 50-50 after that amount of time, I'll be shocked and impressed. And even then, if I just did the finances, you're probably still more like 70-30. But anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, watch out for that particular game. It is a game that they play. That's why I'll just say, just go in 100% or go in none at all. Just nothing. And see what happens. Go in with nothing or go in with 100% and give her about 2 or 3 months as a trial period herself. See how much of a bum she is, depending on you. And if she a bum offering nothing in return, kick her out. Get rid of her. Cut your losses. Okay. Cut your losses and get rid of that bum. Because you'll see them become bums, sandbagging, as I call it here. We have the terms over here. She gonna sandbag on you. So you'll have a woman depending on you 100%. And what she'll do is she'll get laid off, or she'll quit her job, or she'll start she was going hard and she's like, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business. But then when she gets with you and you're paying 100%, she'll start sandbagging. She'll quit her job. She'll stop going 100%. She'll be lazy around the house. She won't contribute. She won't do any of these things. She'll start sandbagging. And then you kick her out. You'd be like, oh man, nah, I ain't taking no sandbagging. What happened to going to the gym every day? What happened to being aggressive? What happened to being an entrepreneur? What happened to being a hustler? And women are good at that. They'd be like, okay, he covering everything, so I could just chill. Yep. And she stops doing what? Cooking, cleaning, washing. She starts then negotiating that you do it. You pay 100% and then you fold your own socks. Okay. I see you're sandbagging on me. You got to go. All right. You got to go.
Now I got to
And you make that call early. Do not let her sandbag for months and months and months, because what she's going to do is she's going to make it emotional to keep you connected. We have Inside of the Mind of Modern Women. We're going to go to a white woman, just so the black women feel like I'm not picking on them. So we're going to go to a white woman here. There it is. What's going on with this internet? Or Streamlabs, the StreamYards is stripping. So let's see what Sarah has to say.
I do commit to the man that I am talking to. There's some nights that he's not going to get laid. There is some nights that he's not going to have much affection and attention. And I'm not the girl that you're going to come home to dinner maid and everything. I'm the girl that you'll come home to that's working hard, or even harder than you are, or that might not even be home because she's doing something. I don't even have time to make you feel special. I don't even have time to remind you that I care about you or have sex with you every night. Like, I don't even care to have sex with you before we go to bed. Like, I want to be up all night until I literally can't even keep my eyes open working. If I do commit to the man that I am talking to, there's some nights that he's not going to get laid. There is some nights that he's not going to have much affection and attention. And I'm not the girl that you're going to come home to dinner maid.
Okay. Now, man, I'm going to tell you, man, white women, this is the white woman's game right here. All right. I know my white women. I'm going to tell you, man. I know my white women. This is white women to a T. This is 90% of white women. Okay. This is damn near all of them. All right. They all going to pull this treatment on you. Okay. I'm going to tell you, because they are the ultimate princess of America. They're going to pull this on you. They're going to get with you and tell you how great you are. They're going to drop that neck on you. They're going to do all of that submissive shit. And they're going to bait and switch, pull the rug right up under your feet once you make them comfortable. So I know it's all gravy, especially what you call, quote unquote, sorority attractive white girls. Sorority white girls, this is their game. They've been planning this game since they were 13 and 14 and 16. Okay. And they've been planning this out for Beta Brad their entire life. When they talk to their bridesmaids, when they go on girls' trips and suck dudes off, when they go hang out with Dan Bilzerian, they talk about how they're going to target a guy like this and do this exact same thing. So watch out for this. If you like white women and dating white women, and you're going to talk about how they great and they make you laugh and they don't desire much, but you go with suburban sorority type girl white women, they're the queens of this one. Queens. You're gonna end up dry deek, not fucking your girl for months on end, but guess what? You still going to brunch with her, and she dressing you up in silly sweater vests and polo shirts and Docker jeans and boat shoes and penny loafers, vineyard vines and all kind of stupid shit, going to Martha's Vineyard, taking her from here and there, to and fro, flying her in business class. Yo, they gonna run your wallet, meanwhile drying your deek. Watch out for this, boy. This is the apex predator 100%. I know my white women. I'm telling you, man. I've been with too many white women, man. Listen.
Where the white women at?
And these women been ran through before they came to you to play that game. And because they do this, because you the type of guy that they know are going to do this, they're not attracted to at all, but they'll live with them for 15 years and divorce them at the end of the day, and they won't feel anything. What happens is they lack sexual desire for these type of guys. But they'll take pictures with you, and you'll have the framed picture of you guys on the beach with the matching shirts and jeans. All right, they'll do the whole family charade. But she ain't, nah, bro. I ain't cooking and cleaning for you. I ain't even gonna wet your deek. You go wet you deek. It's the thing, man. Long term, you got to realize there's always a play. There's always a play. So I like my white women in spurts. Okay, I like what women give me in short term. So white women are great at the beginning. Okay. And I've actually done a stream on this, and people don't realize this. I've done a stream breaking this down. Black women tend to be hard and aggressive at the front end, but once you get in with them, they're kind of like an egg. They're like a soft-boiled egg. They're hard on the outside and soft on the inside. Okay, you can get one, and you can do. White women are the opposite. All right, they're soft on the beginning, but they harden up at the end. Okay, they harden up on the end. So all of your beginning parts of dealing with white women is great in the first year. All right, the first year is fantastic. All right, it started going downhill fast. Because typically what happens is, because they're so good at the front, you want to marry them up really quick. You putting a ring on it, marrying them, you walking down the aisle, you making arrangements, you signing marriage licenses. It's so good. You're like, how can I turn this down? Wait 5 years later. Okay. You're going to be like, what the fuck was I doing? How did I end up like this? And how did I end up with this woman telling me she ain't going to suck my... So I've done a whole stream on that. I've done many streams on that. And people keep coming in with goofy shit. I thought they were better than black women. I never said that. I have never said one woman is better than the next. I always told you what you're going to get from one, what you're going to get from the other. Okay. Then I told you what my preference is. But at the end of the day, you still dealing with bullshit from either one of them. At the end of the day ends. At the end of the day ends, bro. You still going to deal with some BS. Just how do you want your BS? And what is your fetish? What do you like sexually? What is your preference? And how do you like your BS? Do you like your BS cold, like cold pizza? Or do you like it hot where the cheese is dripping off of it? How do you like your BS? That's what you're dealing with. Okay. I never said no woman's better than the other. I just said what I prefer. But other than that, how do you like your BX? Do you like your BX? You like your BS at the dinner table? Or do you like it carry out? Do you like it in the bag? Do you like it in styrofoam? How do you like your BS? That's all I'm saying, bro. Never ever put that on me. I thought they was better than. I never said that, and I've never said that in years. I've done many streams on this particular issue, but y'all don't listen to me. I could tell when y'all don't listen to me because y'all try to come in and rebut. I thought white women were better. I never said that. They better for me on my dick, but that's it. All right, I like them better on my dick. All right, but that's a preference. All right, shout out to you right there. And we got one more. All right, I like Ling Lings better on my dick, but I know what I'm getting. All right, I know I'm getting what I'm getting from Ling Lings on my dick. I like black women on my dick too, but I know. I wish y'all would listen to me, bro. I wish men don't listen to me. They don't listen. You'll hear me, but you don't listen. All right, anyway, goofy ass niggas. We got inside the mind of a woman here, and this is a 2-minute and 30-second video. We're going to try to see if we can clean this shit up. All right, we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, he says right here, woman goes off on her hardworking boyfriend who gives her a place to stay and says she misses her ex who hits her and mistreats her. I'm wondering if this is rage bait, but let's hear what she's got to say.
Y'all might need to tell me if I'm wrong or not. I'm sitting in the car because my boyfriend is literally tripping. Like, he will not let me do anything for real. Like, all he does is work for 12 hours and use that against me. Oh, why you ain't cook nothing? Oh, why you ain't clean nothing? Because you work for 12 hours and then all you do is come home musty. Why you can't come home clean? But I don't even like him for real because it's just he's too nice for me. Like, he don't hit me like my exes did or nothing. Like, we can't fight or nothing. If I want to fight, he just walks away. Like, I just don't want him.
Let me stop right here. Okay, so this is another lesson. I've been done told y'all. Now, this is true what she's saying because the internet's full of rage bait. So you have to be careful, but this is a lesson. This is what I told you. I told you this. Women will stay with you and not like you. They will stay up under for you for years and not like you. Not even be open to it. I showed you with that white woman. She was like, I ain't cooking and cleaning for you and coming home and you ain't getting no, but she'll live with you. Okay. Because survival, comfort, you're making it easy for her. You're paying the bills. You're giving her a place to stay. So that becomes the priority. In this situation here, she's saying she actually lives with the guy who works hard 12 hours a day, but he wants to come home to cooking and cleaning. They're probably in a 50-50 relationship or something like that. And she's like, nah, you musty. I don't appreciate you. I don't even like you. I actually like the ex that beats on me and hits me because she feels like she deserves that. Some women do believe that they deserve that, or you don't like them enough if you ain't arguing and hitting them. Okay. But if you're not arguing with them and not threatening them with violence and hitting them, they feel like that you don't like them. I know it's weird, but that is the case for a lot of people. A lot of people out here, they're kind of burnt and hurt. And they're also dealing with the fact that these were their first primary relationships, dudes treating them like this. And so when they get a nice guy, they don't know what to do. They might like the fact that he's nice and provide for her, but she's not attracted to him. Let's continue.
And I really want my ex-boyfriend who's in jail. And that's another thing, y'all. He told me I'm not allowed to send money to my ex-boyfriend no more. And it's like, why are you in charge of who I can send money to or not? Just go to work and make it. So I was basically just over it with him. I've been sitting in the car for about 15, 20 something minutes because I just hate the sight of him. Like everything about him, I just can't stand.
But she still lives with him. I don't know. This got to be a joke. This got to be a joke, but
I'm not gonna leave because it's not like I can leave anyway. I mean, I don't got no job because he don't make me work.
Here we go.
And the way that I see it, if he left today, like right now, I'd have to make that rent. I can't do it by myself. So
there you go. There it is. I'm telling you, man, everything that I say is real. Everything that I say is real because he has the leverage. If he dips on her, she ain't got nowhere to go. So she really needs him. And she needs him for security. He's literally in the leverage position, but she's not even doing what she's supposed to do. So she's reneging, even in the leverage position. He has the ability to walk, and he won't walk. I've been trying to tell you. They don't have no other plan but you. This is kind of how they get through it. Now, also, I call this sex work to me. This ain't no different than a prostitute, if you will, meaning that she's in a relationship with them, but it's mahi-mahi. The only reason she's there is the money. Right, and she basically says yes.
Cause I got the pussy for the money. If you got the money for the pussy,
all right, he has the leverage and he has the ability to walk. She needs him more than he needs her, but she's not framing that. She's actually saying that I really don't like him. He needs me. Let's continue.
In a way, I think I'm kind of doing him a favor by being his girlfriend because he got low self-esteem. He not cute anyway. Don't no girl want him for real. Like
I just said this and I said this yesterday. She thinks she's in a leverage position. He got low self-esteem. She picked him for that. She targeted him. He doesn't realize he has leverage and that she wants to keep it that way. And she's saying that he makes the money, but he don't got no bitches. I said that yesterday. Women will find guys like this and think that he don't have no women. He don't have options. Oh, he's a good guy. He gave up the commitment quick. He must not have no other action. He automatically did what? Pedestalize me and he needs me. For what? For what? But there's a lot going on here. Whether this is real or fake, there's a lot going on here to unpack because she hitting all of these things here.
It's just like, to me, I just think I'm doing him a favor because, like I said, he funny looking, so it's not like anybody would want him for real.
Yep, there you go.
If I leave, who's gonna be there?
Dude, I say this all the time, and y'all think I'm tripping. I know y'all think I'm tripping. I know you kind of want to halfway believe me. And I say it in a way that's different than the women frame it. But when I say things, I know y'all be like, Coach, you just tripping like this. It ain't really like this. Or you'll say for yourself, and this is a bad way to argue. Well, that I've done that, what Coach is saying, but it didn't happen to me. That's AKA you're trying to just go ahead and say the exception to the rule. Well, what Coach is saying, it might be true, but it doesn't apply to me. So what? I don't care if it applies to you. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you are. I don't care if it doesn't apply to you. We're talking about overall in general. I don't know who your ass is. You don't even have a picture on your icon. He says, these are my exact words yesterday. I said this yesterday. Women will find guys like this and think they have no other option. Unfortunately, guys will carry themselves like this because you're still in fantasy world. And you will carry yourself. You give up the commitment quick. She might think you're doing you a favor. She just said everything I said yesterday and today. I'm doing him a favor. He can't get nobody better than me. I'm the best he could get. Okay. And she literally bringing not much else to the relationship. And she admits I'm bringing nothing else. And I don't even like this nigga. So I'm telling you, man, I know people think I'm tripping sometimes, but this is the games that they play that I call little games. The little lies, the little manipulation. When I tell you about this manipulation, I'm making it big. I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. So much so that you're like, man, coach, you paranoid. Like, you tripping. It can't be that bad. Because I'm isolating the incident and I'm putting it in a 15-minute package, you think that it's like, bro, it ain't that serious. But when you understand it's death by 1,000 cuts, what I'm isolating is one issue. There's often 10 issues. The issues seem minor, but they're major when you add it up with the amount of time, money, energy, attention, and time you spend on it. So to the woman, it's minor. To you, it's minor. But over time, it's major. It's manipulation. It's lying. It's lying by omission. It's them. They don't really love you. It's men are in love. Women are in business. But you're always thinking that you're going to see this and look for it and then isolate it like I'm isolating it and call it out. This is why I said yesterday, men need experience with women because the issues that I call out and isolate, they're often compounded over many issues in a lot of time. And it's death by 1,000 cuts. So this is a small issue. It could be resolved. It could be fixed, but that's just one fire. There's 10 other fires going on at the same time. That's just one mole that you're trying to whack. There's 10 other moles you're trying to whack. So you think that you're going to be able to see this, call it out, and adjust. Most men can't. Most men can't because they look at it and be like, oh, that's just one issue. I can get over that. It don't happen to me. It just happens to him. That doesn't apply to me. She's never done that. This is just one issue, but it ends up being a major issue, meaning that she's staying with the guy she doesn't like, which I said. Women will stay with you and not want to have sex with you, like the other white woman said. This is major shit. But they play these games like they're not the ones manipulating and lying. It's 100% the case. I don't lie to you guys.
Like nobody. And then he be trying to put limits on how often I can go out and shit like that. What are you talking about? What is wrong with me wanting to go to the club 2-3 times a week? Like, that's nothing. Like, you're doing too much. And all he does is work 12 hours every single day. And I guess that's the upside to it. I don't gotta see him like that because, like I said, he gone half the day. And I sleep half the day too. So it's like,
damn, this is everything. She sleeps, smoke weed. She don't do shit. I was just talking about this week. She don't do nothing. She just sleeps, smoke weed, watch TikTok, contributing absolutely nothing, but she's the table. She's the prize. This is
who cares? And like I said, I just feel like I'm doing him a favor by being with him.
Facts.
Even though I don't come with nothing, even though I was literally sleeping on the airbed before this.
Upgraded her life. Again, you got to be careful. You completely upgraded her life, pedestalizing her. She came with nothing. She said she's the prize. She still thinks she's the prize. He can't get no better than me. I mean, this got to be her watching my videos and summing this up. But unfortunately, I'm going to tell you, man, it's not. A lot of young women think like this. They do. And then you put restrictions on her, telling her who she can text, checking her phone, telling her where she can go, telling her she can't go out to the club. Dude, this is a lot of women between 18 and 30. I mean, what percentage of women between 18 and 30 do you think like this?
Like, I just feel like I do him a favor by being with him.
Wow. Inside the mind of the modern woman. And this is them telling their TikTok. All right. And thank God for the internet. And men in the red pill space and the man space kept telling women to be quiet and ridiculing them when I was the one that told you, let them talk. They shouldn't be posting. Social media is the death of X, Y, and Z. Okay, if that's the case, let them talk. Let them get what they want to get off their chest because they're very good at telling their diary and TikTok what they really think. What they're not good at is telling men what they think. Who do they never tell what they really thinking? Men. They'll tell their girlfriends, TikTok, their diary, their mama what's really going on. What they'll tell you is not what's really going on. So let them talk. I appreciate all of the information that they're giving. Yo, it's 100%. So we got an hour left in the show. Shout out to you. Let me get to these super chats. Okay. Ladies, keep talking because you're going to keep my job easy. This makes my job easier with y'all talking. I used to have to do this without the women talking on Instagram and TikTok. TWP. I found out last night my JUCO has a reward program. I noticed the pattern and called her out on it. She told me, if you're good to me, I'm good to you. I have to keep an eye on these bitch. Shout out to you right there. A rewards program.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Okay, a rewards program. They do. They treat that. They have a program in their mind of what they're doing and how they're going to lead you to it. And if you do something, they'll reciprocate. If you don't do something, they won't reciprocate. It's that easy. That's how kind of, all women work that way. And I accept that. Shout out to our brother B Jizzle says at 40, it's wild to see women evolve in real time, or I call it de-evolve. Watching the pivot on social media of girls I knew from college that were 304s and watching them become housewives, the starter husband divorce grapes, the mid to late 30s sperm jacking, and the subjugation of simps and step dummies. What a world to live in. It's a great world to see. When you see it, it's kind of like the Matrix. You take that red pill and you see it and you can't unsee it. It's like one of those things like, wow, is this their pattern? They all live this kind of pattern life. Okay. Most men think that there's a woman that doesn't live that pattern, but they almost kind of all live that pattern in one way or another. And you just have to understand that that's what it is. Even your daughters, your nieces, they're going to live that pattern. Some women live it over, like they'll have a big pattern of skeezing. They'll have a small pattern of skeezing. They all kind of live that. Erica Kirk is one of those situations where she's a conservative woman. She's upholded the poster child of a perfect suburban mom woman, right? She's got the long blonde Nordic hair. She looks like a passive person. She looks traditional. She wears the Argyle sweater and she comes up there and she's smiling. She's behind her. She's a cold, vicious woman. All right. She is not a dummy. She is not like a passive idiot. You can see behind her eyes. Now, when you look in her eyes and you see the way she looks, you already know that that's an apex predator. I know an apex predator. She is not a conservative, passive woman. That woman been out there. All right, on the spectrum. And not only that, she's a beauty pageant contestant, all in her bikinis and shit. So that tells you right there, she's on the spectrum. Right? She on the spectrum. Stone cold killer. And she was running. She had the pants on that in the family. What's the dude name? Shout out to him. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk looked like he was the staple of the family. He was the leader. He was the masculine leader. He had a conservative, quiet wife. Now, once you remove him, unfortunately, he got removed. Look at Erica Kirk now. She literally was behind the scenes, the puppet master. Okay. And she played the role. She was the puppet master. Knowing what you know of her now, she's the puppet master. And there's been, unfortunately for men, what men don't understand about women, and this also is for Duke shooters as well. And I'm going to go into this and break this down. This is what men don't understand about women. The reason why historically, and this is where I can somewhat agree with the, how things have been historically, a lot of women were the movers and shakers. A lot of the women connected men to other men. And they still do it today, but they do it sloppily. They do it in a whorish way, sloppily. They're sloppy whores. They're not honest whores like the whores used to be back in the day. But Nancy Reagan was a mover and shaker. She was a puppet master. George H.W. Bush's wife, Barbara Bush, mover and a shaker, a connector. Marilyn Monroe, a mover and shaker, a connector. A lot of women that are what they call CIA agents or women that work as sex spies, they're movers and connectors. They connect powerful men to powerful men. There's oftentimes that these women could not be up front. They could not run for Hillary Clinton, mover and a shaker. Behind the scenes, she's the puppet master. But because the way society was, women could not jump out there and be the power figure. They could not be the figurehead. So they had to find a way to be the mover and the shaker behind the scenes. And that's why men today can adjust and adapt to today's world, because today the women are out front. They don't have to play the role of the mover, of the puppet master. They could be the figurehead today. And it turns men off. What's wrong with these modern women? They want to be out up front. Well, they can be up front because they were subjugated to that position back in the day. So now they can be the mover and the shaker. They can be the people out front, the figurehead. They can be the person that thumps their chest, where in the past they had to play the role. Now, let me show you this to educate you. Let me see here. Pull this up. See if we can pull this up. Let's see here. So this is an example I'll always show you as a case today versus yesterday. Yesteryear. This is when they call Hillary Clinton. Okay, this is Hillary Clinton. You guys know her as Hillary. And you guys know who she is. You know who she is now in her years. But this is how she presented herself in 1992, or leading up to the election of 1992 with Bill Clinton. Now take a look. All right. She went to that Wesleyan school, which is a feminist school. This is Hillary with the whole little, I don't even know what this hair piece is called. What is this hair thing called? I can't remember what it's called. She can literally is turtleneck, conservative, dress feminine to get Bill to the position to where she can now exercise her power and be the puppet master behind the scene. Not the bangs, but this little red piece right here. That little Valley Girl shit that she got on her hair. Okay. She got the bangs. But what is that little hair thing that they put in their hair? I can't even remember what they call it. Not a headband. Maybe they call it something else. Maybe it is a headband. But look at how she's positioned herself. But now if you look at her face, she Hillary right there. She Hillary in there, but nobody knew it. Only Rush and Limbaugh knew it behind the scenes. They knew she was a feminist behind the scenes. And they would tell her she a feminazi type shit. Don't trust her. She the puppet master behind the scenes. But up in front of the front, she's the doting, dutiful wife. And this is before he became president, or right in before. So look, he's got a dutiful wife. She's passive. She's smiling and all of that. But what do we know now? History told us 40 years later what we know. Oh, shit. So this is what men don't understand about women in the past, that they've almost always been puppet masters, but they never could be figureheads. Today, we've moved into a world in a lane where women are challenging that. And they could say, I'm a girl boss, babe. I'm a figurehead. I'm a boss. Okay. And they're framing it as that. And men, for more or less, haven't adapted or are intimidated by this and haven't adjusted. But think about the men in this situation that we would call today simps and cucks and all of that. Think about the men. Well, we thought Bill Clinton was just running around on Hillary and she had to take it. No, Hillary had her eyes on the prize. She was going to be the first female president. And she was using that, and she became the Secretary of State. She became the governor of New York, if I'm not mistaken. So her eyes was on the prize. She was telling Bill, keep your hoes in check. She had more women running in the White House than Bill. But we thought Bill was the man running the shit. Nah, senator. She came to senator in New York, not the governor, senator of New York. But she had more hoes than Bill. And she went to Bill, keep your hoes in check so I can be the first president. Eyes on the prize. So I can then become the figurehead after I work in and use you type shit. So that's what's happening. I think men do not see that. Men are failing to see this reality. Not all women are in that situation though. All right. Some women are bums, like that previous woman that we were just listening to. She a bum. Okay. So this is a thing that people don't see. And I think that's where our society is, that we're stuck in this limbo and purgatory where women are pressing to be their own figureheads. I showed you yesterday 4 black women running for governors of several southern states. They're no longer want to be the puppet master behind the scene. They want to be out in front. And in many cases, rightly so, they have the ability and skills, tactics to be up front compared to other bum women out here. 100%. All right. Shout out to Hustle Every Day says 50-50 ain't never gonna work. He says that girl dropped what they all believe. that girl dropped what we all believe today. Who's going to get the other 50? Because it ain't you. Pookie and Chad getting at least 10 and the weed costs 20. The weed costs 20. I once heard a pimp say, I won't put my girl on the drugs because the drug man getting the money first. That was on American Pimp. The drug man getting the money first. So you don't want women that are on drugs and weed. You don't want these women because, yeah, you might be getting her money, but the drug man getting the money first. The dispensary getting the money first. The plug getting the money first before you get your money. Okay, sugar daddy done gave her that money, so he getting the punani first. Then she go to the weed man first before you get the money. So you don't want to deal with women that are on drugs seriously. You don't want to take them seriously. They're bums. Even weed, too. Shout out to Hustle Every Day says, they use punani as a weapon. It's money to them. And she's sitting on the money. And you can't be mad at that. They're sitting on gold. Now, you might not say it's gold, but you sure fiending for some. Are you sure out here begging for some? You sure would take some for free. So I wouldn't be out here. These red pill men be out here. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got no skills or talent. Do you need skills or talent when you have a vagina? Okay. She has a tool. She has a tool belt between her legs. You don't need a skill. Here. You don't need much skill. Okay. You don't need much skill when you got vagina in your between your legs. Okay. But dudes will be out here. These girls got no talent. Yes, they do. They got titties and ass. I mean, that about enough. What else you need? Okay. What else you need, bro? That can get you a long way. Well, she gonna regret it when she's 40. If she does it right, it can get her a long way between 20 and 40. Somebody said it's a scrunchie. That thing is not a scrunchie. All right, that is not a scrunchie. Shout out to Kaylin says, I saw that Tony Robbins clip days ago and he tore into that chick. However, the question is, will women like that change? Donovan Sharp said, Donovan Sharp said, a woman's tears are only genuine when she's by herself. She had to be more embarrassed than humbled. Yeah, man. Whether they change or not, I don't think should be our issue. Right? The point is this. If a woman doesn't have instructions, she headed for self-destruction. What men focus on too much is you worry about, let's say if I'm vetting a woman and I vet her and she doesn't pass the sniff test. Well, if I dismiss her or if I read the riot act or if I give her the code breaker, who cares if she changes? The woman you're with today, you're preparing her for the next man, not for you. Who cares? All the work you're putting into the woman you have currently is for the next man's demise or benefit, not for yours. So it doesn't matter. Once you've dismissed her properly, who cares if she changes? It ain't your problem. It's not your problem. And men try to make this their problem. What happens when she turns 40? If they change, who cares? She out of my hair. As long as she ain't in my motherfucking hair, it ain't my problem. But what I do for a woman today is for the next man's benefit or detriment tomorrow. That's what it is. It ain't for mine. What I want to do is avoid the detriment tomorrow. Anyway, it's called a bandow. Shout out to Kayla says, so if you do 50-50 with a woman, she'll cheat and disrespect you anyway. When you pay 100%, she could say you're financially abusing her and cheat on her. You're the bad guy either way. Don't negotiate with terrorists. 100%. Look, this is what separates what you do for a woman, whether you do it or not, whether this is short term or long term. Most men want to do for a woman to get a long term benefit. 99% chance you're going to strike out. Okay. Okay. There's a 99% chance you're going to strike out because women don't follow the rules long term. They don't. They change the rules in the middle of the game. They bait and switch. They reneged. You already know what's about to happen. They don't follow long term. So then what I start to reframe it as for you You can win with women as long as it's short term. Okay. As long as it's in a short term vacuum, whether it's a day, 24 hours, a week, 3 months, damn near close to a year. That is where you're going to get the best. Once you start playing long term and try to control their asshole, that's where men fail. That's where y'all all failing. Not short term. It's long term. Okay. That's why my philosophy only considers long term, not what you did short term. Well, I banged a girl for free once. So have many of us. That's not free. It's not as free as you think. You have to actually go out there and find another girl, because that's going to be for one night, a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two, and it's over. Now you out there finding another girl. You still at the club. You still getting dressed up. You still doing whatever you're doing. You're cold approaching 100 women. Over time, you're not gonna do this for 40 years. You don't have the stomach. This is not a long-term plan, goofy ass nigga. I keep trying to tell you. What I'm talking about in dating a relationship has to do with long-term relationships, not short-term. So what happens long-term? Most of the time, the dude loses. Most of the time, you have to simp to keep up the process. Most of the time, you're going to get divorce raped to kingdom come. Most of the time, you're going to lose half your shit. Most of the time, long-term. Most of the time, you'll end up in sexist marriage. Most of the time, you end up paying for no pussy to get. Most of the time, long-term, it end up being a fat-ass L when she renegers on you, moves the goalpost, bait and switches you. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you about what happens long-term, not what you got that night. Okay. If I jumped up in here and talked about what I got in a night, I'll have stories for days. I once banged this chick, and I once almost banged that chick, and I once banged this chick and sent her home. I banged this chick that kicked her out. I banged this chick and gave her $40. If I talked about what I did successfully long-term with women, I would be here. YouTube a mammy. I got story after story after story about what I did with a woman one night and 1 week and 1 month. And it worked out for me like a charm, and it was a jiffy and nothing happened. I was able to properly dismiss her and send her to the side. But this is, for men, this is a grown man channel. We don't talk about our exploits with women for short term. Like, we don't brag about shit like that. That's not anything to brag about. I'm a grown ass man. You telling me about some shit you did with one woman one night or for a week. I got story after story. Okay. That ain't no big deal to me. What gets you caught up is what happens long term. Shout out to our brother Avery. Says, I got caught in the Matrix. Back to the free agent lifestyle. Boss up. Shout out to you, man. Welcome back. You got caught out there, sucker for love ass nigga. I know what happened to you, sucker for love ass nigga. Got caught up, tripped up, slipped up. Shout out to our brother Hustle Every Day. Hilarious that Bill had no nuts in the relationship, seeing where it turned out. So she let him run wild with that punani to get the top spot. I ain't mad at her. That was the plan from the beginning. Rush Limbaugh and the conservatives, what's that one dude's name? Newt Gingrich. They knew they had the pulse on Hillary a long time ago. Bill Clinton, more or less, was a puppet to Hillary. All right, she was literally like the vice president, if not the president. Everybody knew this. And she went to Wesleyan, which was a school known for the training women disciples to be some of the earliest feminists out here. It was an all-girls college. And also, they made a movie about it. Julia Roberts played this character in the movie about Wesleyan College, where Hillary Clinton went to. But she was a trained feminist, all right? And she saw Bill as a means to an end, and basically was the figurehead behind his rise to governorship and his run for presidency and so forth and so on. She was a mover and shaker behind the scenes, and her whole idea was to become the first woman president. And she said that years before Bill came to president. Years. I mean, that was the whole goal along the way. Everybody knew this. That was the game from the beginning. And the conservative Newt Gingrich and Russell, they knew this. They knew this. So when you say Bill had no nuts, no, Bill was one of these guys who thinks they're pimping their girl when the girl's pimping him. Right? She pimping you, fam. Dudes be like, I'm pimping this girl. Bro, you babysitting her. You babysitting these hoes. That's what you're doing. She pimping you. You need her. She don't need you. So that's where Bill was able to just do what like Bill had the perfect scenario. He can front like he's married and bang bitches behind the scene. All right, in the Oval Office. He like, this is great. Just all I got to do is do as she says and not piss her off. And as you can see, she's never divorced him. So it never was about the relationship with Bill and whether he was the leader. She was the ring leader. She was the ring damn leader. And I'm not saying anything conspiratorial or hateful towards her. She was always the leader of that marriage. 100% from the beginning. And Bill knew it. It was not even a secret. Shout out to Also Amazing says, congrats on your recent Facebook increase. I theorize most millennials still go on Facebook and are going through their first or second divorces, and your posts are hitting at the right time. I believe that as well, because my content is having a rebirth. My old content that you guys have seen 100 times and you're tired of it, now it's having a rebirth to a new audience of men that are going through the same bullshit. So that's all that's happening. So you're right. G says, haven't heard from her in months, and guess what she just sent me? He says, we back, just give me the likes and pass the dro. Bust another bottle of Mo. Shout out to you. And I don't even know what that is that you shared, but haven't heard from her in months. And now she is spinning the block. She gonna spin the block. And Daniel Mack says, just be indifferent and embrace the villain. Free agent lifestyle for life. 100%. I don't know if I could be in a relationship with a woman that is the figurehead over me. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be figureheads in relationships. I already know that women are figureheads in many, many, many relationships and marriages. Most relationships and marriages that you think the man is the figurehead, the woman is running the shit. So shout out to those ladies. I ain't mad at you, but it couldn't be me. Okay. I ain't built like that. Like, I'm not trying to sell my soul like that. Like, I have my head on straight. I'm not one of them. I'm smarter than the average bear. I don't need a woman to run me and take a back seat. I don't need that. It's not because they're a woman. I just wouldn't let anybody run my shit. All right. Shout out to our brother Tariq says, can I get a
straight jacket?
I haven't heard that in a long time. And I can't tell you where I got it from because these niggas be trying to get copyrights on me.
Straight jacket.
But I can never be that. I can never be that. Anyway, let's get to the main event. We got the sub main event here. We have a woman here. We have a mulatto, since I put this on the thumbnail. The sub main event on This Evil World We Live In, matriculating the ball downfield. I think I'm going to be on time, but I got to progress this scene here. But it's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world.
It says an increasing amount of women are claiming men today aren't approaching them in public or in social settings. Now they say they are forced to be single. Thoughts. Okay. Now, despite the fact that some dumb nigga gonna come up here or some bum bitch gonna come up here and talk about how all the bum niggas that approach them, or some dumb nigga gonna say, I approach women every day. It is true that men are not approaching women. Okay. It's not what it used to be compared to how men approached women in the 90s to compared to what the scene was. All right. How you approach a woman, strange woman in public, not nightclubs, not house parties, not street parties. We're talking about in the normal regular setting where people are doing shit. Women seem to be unapproachable. Men seem to be passive about approaching women. So in the day-to-day scene where a woman walks into a Starbucks, whereas in the 90s, she was fair game, a couple of dudes will approach her. It was no big deal. Whereas today, a woman will walk in and out of Starbucks, she'll look busy, she'll have headphones on, she'll be staring at her phone, she'll be acting pensive, she'll run in and grab her drink and dip. Men are not approaching in that sense as much anymore. So let's see why this young mulatto right here, shout out to this young piece of Gallagher right here. Ooh, yeah. It looks like she's with her mom or her auntie and her sister. Okay, so there it is here. This is the group here talking about it. And what they're going to do is say these men are built differently, right? They're not approaching and they're scared and why they're not approaching and they're forcing us to be single. So let's see what these young girls got to say about the modern men not approaching.
Are you guys single?
Yes, sadly.
So you are meeting guys. Would you prefer that guys walked up to you? Are you guys single?
Yes, sadly.
So you are meeting guys at bars and clubs, and they are coming up and talking to you.
No, guys do not come up to me. I don't know who's teaching y'all.
That part. Would you prefer that guys walked up to you?
Yes, but like It depends.
It's gotta be a good line. It's gotta be a good
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
It's gotta be a really strong line.
I think a guy walking up to you talking about, "Hi, how are you? My name is Joe. What's good?" is a good line.
Yes.
Like, what's good?
But also,
Yeah. Then what's your name?
If they notice that you're interested, like if we're making eye contact across the room or something, if a random guy just comes up to you out of nowhere and you weren't like giving him the signs that like you wanted him to, like that can be.
See, they just killed, bruh. They inadvertently. She just gave you the reason to not approach her. But as for the approach, and this is why you have the scenario where they're trying to blame men, and this is a good pickup line, this is a good opening line. She just told you why men are not approaching. She just gave you the recipe. So while they're trying to blame men,
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's
she
always Jermaine's fault.
just made even a guy that was considering approaching her going, it ain't worth approaching. Like, what the fuck am I going to do when that's the scenario? And of course, women play this game of maybe, coulda, shoulda, woulda, the possibility of sex. And men go, I'm not playing that. I'm not going to play the possibility game. So let's go back and review where she messed up. And this is a young bird brain getting bad advice from this woman right here, who maybe is her aunt or her mom, who is pretty much out of date herself. This is like that one dude that be telling y'all to spin plates, but he's married for 30 years, completely out of touch. All right, this is out of touch advice. Nigga ain't spun one plate since when? All right, unless you cheating on your wife. Okay, but this is exactly why men don't approach. But she tried to blame it on us. Let's continue.
Are you guys single?
Yes, sadly.
So you are meeting guys at bars and clubs, and they are coming up and talking to you.
No.
All right, so sadly we're single. And these are two, I don't know. The other one looks like Tracy Ellis Ross. She a little too googly eyed for me. I'll still smash her, but she too googly eyed for me to be walking around in public with. All right. Her eyes bugging out and shit. I don't know, man. She too Tracy Ellis Ross for me walking around here. She a nice looking woman here with that Mac the Knife chin having ass. All right. But she a good looking woman with that curly nest on her head. All right. But the other woman here, a nice young piece of calico. And this woman too damn old. So take a look at this. In CGA's realm, out of all three of these women on the screen, this woman looks to be, the googly eyed woman looks to be 25. The other woman down at the bottom is between 45 and 50. And the one that is the feature in the video is 18 to 24. I'm taking the 18 to 24-year-old woman. She the best one out of the pick of the litter. All right. Who am I going to take on an honest date? The youngest one. Out of all three of these women, it's that one. Let's continue here. So she's saying men do not approach in clubs. Both of them seemingly agree with this one.
Guys do not come up to girls. I don't know who's teaching y'all.
All right, so we need to get it together. We need to approach, because women typically aren't going to outright approach the guy that they want unless he's king for 6'8", the great. Let's continue.
That part.
That part. Get it together, guys.
Would you prefer that guys walked up to you?
This is a great question. Would you prefer men to approach? And honestly, women are going to say yes, but there's a catch.
Yes, but like.
Yes, but like. Ring the bell, okay? So she just ruined it at that point. And of course, now you gave men an opportunity to go, well, maybe I don't qualify. Maybe I'm not that type of guy. Maybe she's going to think I'm creepy. Yes, but. I want men to approach. Yes, but. But what? But what? This is why you don't get men approaching. Right here. Yes, but.
It depends.
It depends. Why don't men approach? They should be approaching. Do you want them to approach? Yes, but it depends. That's why men won't approach. Right there. It depends. On what?
It's gotta be a good line. It's gotta be a good line.
It's got to be a good pickup line. It's got to be a good line. Her eyes are less googly.
Yeah, really strong.
I think a guy walking up to you talking about, "Hi, how are you? My name is Joe. What's good?"
Joe, boring. That's going to work on your old ass, but not these two young pieces of calico. Now that works for me because I'm who I am. All right, but that ain't going to work for the rest of these niggas. All right, let's continue.
It's a good line.
Yes.
Like, what's good?
What's good? What's good, mama?
Yeah. Then what's your name?
What's your name? Okay.
If they notice that you're interested, like if we're making eye contact across the room or something.
There you go right there. So If he notices that I'm choosing signals, I'm interested, we make eye contact across the room, then approach. What about when you got headphones on? What about when you're looking at your phone and scrolling? What about if we're standing at line at Starbucks or the grocery store or Jamba Juice? What if we, oh no, then that's creepy because she's going to say that later. But if I'm choosing on you, honestly, then you should approach. So if she ain't choosing on you, stay the fuck away. We know women think that 80% of men are losers and unattractive. Okay, so what's the likelihood that she's looking at me in interest? Very little. Let's continue.
If a random guy just comes up to you out of nowhere and you weren't like giving him the signs that like you wanted him to, like that can be awkward.
That could be awkward. So a random guy coming up out of nowhere, appearing around the corner, following around the grocery store. I finally get up the guts to introduce myself. That could be random. All right, but other than that, nah, I gotta be attracted to you so you can approach.
Are you guys single?
Yeah, see, that's why right there. You can blame the men all you want, but with that mindset, you're gonna get more men talk themselves out of approaching, or likely to hire a dating coach to call him all kind of names to get him to approach. And yes, can you catch you a woman like that? I've caught many women like that where it was off guard, and I at least got the number. All right, and she didn't make it completely awkward. Some women do make it awkward. Some women think, what the hell are you doing? Why you just jumping out of nowhere? It just depends. Like she said, it depends. But that's why you're not getting guys approaching. All right, so that's an evil world we live in. Main event here. Let's ring the bell.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, main event. Because I got 30 minutes literally. All right, 30 minutes literally. How to code break a woman from her bullshit. We're going to go to Tony Robbins. For those that don't know, Tony Robbins has been around damn near since the 1980s. He's a self-proclaimed billionaire who's made his money basically doing what I do. The version of what I do is what Tony Robbins does. All right. He does motivational speaking. He does, positive affirmations. He also, just give him his due. He's a world-renowned American entrepreneur building a business around life coaching, motivational speaking, and authoring books. For some reason on the internet today, this is called grifting, but he was able to successfully do this. He's interviewed and coached people like U.S. presidents, Fortune 500 CEO niggeros. Even he has events that he promotes to get people to pay for high-ticket items, seminars, and stuff like this. This is how people were able to make money. Most people call these guys scammers today, but Tony Robbins has been able to be around for a very long time doing this. And he's 6'7", King 6'7", the great. He is a disciple of this guy who cut from the same cloth of Jim Rohn. All right, so if you see videos of Jim Rohn, he was mentored by Jim Rohn. All right, and so you've seen his videos pop up, and Jim Rohn be out here preaching the fire too. I don't know if he's still alive. Let's see here. He dead. Okay. All right, so Jim Rohn also made books, wrote books, and be teaching you lazy ass niggas that you lazy ass niggas. So many of us, I'm the modern day version of these guys. If you guys want to call it grifting and scamming and whatnot, y'all sure be listening to my shit. All right, which is weird when it's on for free. Y'all be watching. All right, but as soon as y'all nigga got to buy a $12 book, it's grifting and scamming. Okay. As soon as y'all got to get this full, complete philosophy, y'all niggas don't want to pony up. All right, but that's neither here nor there. But y'all sure be listening to me for free. You goddamn, you goddamn freeloaders. All right, but I'm a scammer if I charge you $12 and I want to put some money in my pocket and get a. All right, who's the piece of shit in this conversation? Sounds like it's you that's the piece of shit, not me, because I'm giving you a lot of free content and entertainment. But as soon as I tell y'all niggas to put some money in my pocket, all right, now all of a sudden I'm the wrong guy. Okay, oh, you bitch ass nigga. It seems like you're the problem, not me. It seems like you're the piece of shit here, not me. It seems like you're the goddamn piece of dog doo-doo, not me. All right, so don't blame me, nigga. All right, anyway, it ain't me that's the problem. Sounds like the problem is you, bitch ass nigga. All right, so anyway, we're going to talk about this real quick. We got Tony Robbins jumping out here calling how a daddy's little girl ruined her marriage. How daddy's little girl ruined her marriage. All right, so here you go right here. There's the daddy's little girl right there. And we hear about women that have these fantasies, spoil me, I'm daddy's little girl, you have to do this, my daddy used to do this, and this is how I need to be raised and all of this stuff. And we hear these things on dates. what he's gonna hear is what men hear when they're dating or on a dating profile on how you should be a better man and how you need to spoil and trick her. But he breaks this shit down and code breaks her. Number one reason why is because he doesn't have an interest in having sex with her. Once a man doesn't have interest in having sex with a woman, he can be honest. Even if you're dating her, if your interest is to not have sex with her immediately, you can be honest with her. You can lose her. You don't have to placate to her. So he has that leverage over her. So when he hears her bullshit, he can shoot it down. Most of you guys aren't in that position. You're in scarcity. He's in abundance. He doesn't need her pussy tonight. He can do whatever. Now, when he tells her her pussy percolates for him. So he can get it because he's honest and straightforward. He's a straight shooter with it. But he doesn't have an interest for this to begin with. So let's play this video and react to it. So it says how daddy's little girl ruined her marriage.
He taught you that you're his little princess, didn't he? Yes. He taught you you're perfect, didn't he? He really grew up, didn't he?
Yeah. Thank you, Dad.
Yes. He taught you to expect the man in your life to be the same as him. But see, there's only one problem. He didn't have to put up with your because you valued and admired him.
You're good, right? You're so good. 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 Wow. Yes.
And he didn't have sex with you, so there wasn't the piece of you feeling a sense of control over him. It wasn't something you could give or withhold from him. It would not affect his sense of love with you. So you had no power, so you worked to please him.
Okay, so we getting in deep now. We getting in deep. I'm going to play the rest of the video. So when women say, I want a man like my daddy's little girl, I want princess treatment, the reality is he had to do it out of obligation and love. You didn't have power and leverage over him other than that. He wasn't having sex with you. The reason why you're having problem with men is because you get the leverage sex. I call it all the time that women are leveraging sex. They're leveraging whatever they're leveraging. And this is why you're not getting princess treatment from other men, because you're leveraging sex against the other men. Let's continue. Okay.
It made you believe that love is something that should be expected and you could take it away because it was always there from him. Ooh. You've taken it away from this man. I'm not defending anything this man has done. I don't know what he's done. I bet he's done some stupid things that he probably hates himself for. But so have you. Ooh. If I was coaching, I would probably tell him to move on. Because this girl acts sweet, is sweet, and will take away love in a heartbeat if she doesn't get what she wants.
This is what I was saying earlier. When they act sweet and they renege, they move the goalposts, they leverage sex against you, they use sex as a weapon. This is what I was saying. And he's telling her that you got divorced from this man. However, it was your fault because you were leveraging sex against him. And when he wasn't doing what you wanted, AKA paying, he didn't do what you wanted, you removed sex. You couldn't do that with your father. That's why your father treated you like a princess. But you thought that's how you're going to walk out here in the world. And you thought you could treat men like that because that was the only thing you had as a power chip. Soon as he didn't do what you wanted to do, you took away the love. You're the piece of shit in this equation. So a lot of people, my viewers, YouTube is free. No, it's not. Everybody getting paid. The CEO getting paid. All the people that work for YouTube getting paid. Everybody getting paid. The sponsors paying. Everybody's paying, nigga. Now it's free for you to watch, loser ass nigga, but everybody else is getting paid. Now, with that being said, you're the piece of shit in this equation, not me. Also, the woman thinks the other man is the piece of shit in this equation, but it's her. She's the piece of shit. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes I even say in relationships, men messed up because you were the piece of shit. And the woman reacted. You were the piece of shit, not the woman. Okay? Not the woman. So many people blame other people for their issues when you have to blame the fact that you was a bitch ass nigga in a relationship and she reacted. 100%. So now he had to give her that. Oh yeah, you started off sweet, but you use sex as a weapon. Let's continue.
Because she's lived a life where she could.
Yeah, she confused now. She confused.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
And of course, she's somewhere in her 40s or 50s. She's 40s and she's stuck on stupid. She's still stuck on stupid. She don't get it. because nobody else has been able to tell her this. Why? Because men are manipulative in relationships. They're usury, and they use this idea that they're going to get sex from the woman if they lie. Okay. One of the reasons why men have this issue with women is because we try to manipulate them out of sex, saying that it's not about the sex when it is. And we don't tell them the truth about themselves. Even our wives, we're afraid to tell them the truth about themselves. So then that when one man tells them the truth, they are confused. When I start telling women the truth, they're confused. Nobody's ever told me this.
If her father had not taught her she was a princess, she would learn that she would have to find a way to meet the needs of others, not just herself and her children. And she would never take love away because she wouldn't take the risk.
Damn.
As a result of that, their relationship could be more deep. Because it all changed when children came. It wasn't the children. It's that she decided the love of the children was her priority, and she pulled back love from him without meaning to initially. But then when he didn't do things she wanted the way she wanted, she got mad, and then she did do it deliberately.
Bruh. And I wish I could play this straight on, but he killing her. These are all things that I've taught. I've taught these things, and I'm not saying he stole from me. Believe me, he's a legend. This is what I've been telling you. When the children comes, the love of the children trumps yours. Then you become do this, do that. And when you don't do it, she stops fucking you. And she just says, well, I'll just take the love from the kid. Then when the divorce comes, what does she do? She fights hard for the kids, not the relationship. She just fights hard to give you less time with the kids. He killing her. He killing her right in front of an audience, in front of people. He doing it live. That's exactly what's happening. And when I say white women are queens of this in America, white women are the queens of this, of doing this for particular game of reneging. Now, when black women do it, but they'll do it in 2 to 3 months. They'll do it before the baby even arrives. But white women tend to do this. They'll wait all the way up until this end and then blame him on the way out. He killing this woman.
And he didn't understand that at first, and then he felt hurt, and then that turned into anger, and then he did stupid things.
Yep.
He's used to being able to make things happen.
Oh, bro, I have to pause it. I'm sorry. Now, I've said this before. When women talk about what men did to them in a relationship, it's often when the man responds to how she starts treating him. He responds, and then that's her story. Oh, he was an asshole. He cheated on me. He beat me. He financially abused me. But what Tony is saying is, no, that was his response to you playing sex as a weapon. That was his response from you removing love and weaponizing the love. He killing her. This is a fact. This is a fact. You're a victim of a scenario that you created. Not that he was an asshole from the beginning. He's just responding to you because he has no other choice but to respond that way. Woo! And you will find that she does this in every relationship. One relationship after the next, after the next, after the next. And guess what? She ends up coming out here talking about all these men ain't shit when she's the common denominator. She's the piece of shit in the relationship. And I've been trying to tell y'all that for a long time. They just don't realize it. Or if they do realize it, they don't want to admit it. Let's continue here. He killing her, bro. Look. Why is he crying? He been wanting to say that for years. He been wanting one person to stand up for him for years. This is what I do for you, bitch ass niggas. And then you don't even want to buy my book in my course. Fuck y'all niggas. All right. But this is what I do for y'all. After y'all done listening to me, you be like, thank God one person gets it. Y'all be like, thank God for Coach. He gets it. He puts his neck on the line for us, for him to advocate for us. You just want one bitch ass nigga, because y'all be out here talking to your family and friends. They don't get it. You talk to your coworkers. They don't get it. You talk to everybody, your church reverend. They don't get it. All right. But then you get one person to finally get it. You be like, finally. Right. Finally, somebody that can finally fucking get what I've been feeling. That's why he crying.
Your father.
All right. So we do have another clip here from this particular video here. I wish I could have the whole video, but we have another clip from this particular, what I call code breaking. Code breaking. We're going to have to make that a phrase here, breaking the code on her. So we got another video here. It says right here, he called out her BS.
There is a block. Who are you obsessed with?
Me.
I would dump your ass in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
I would take care of my children. I would run from any direction you're in because I know What's there is a black widow pretending to be a princess.
Damn. Told you. Everything he's saying, I've been telling y'all in one way or another. I'm like, dude, apex predator. He calls it black widow. Apex predator. I'll dump you. Dump that bitch. Leveraging options. Walk away from her when she don't give her what she want. I've been telling you this, but y'all don't want to listen. Y'all out here kowtowing, try to press these with goddamn women. You in scarcity. Niggas ain't getting a passport. Ain't bossed up. I told you. He's saying the exact same thing. Man, I'll leave your ass in a heartbeat. I'll drop you where you standing. I'll walk away from your, fuck you. Fuck you and your kids. Okay. He killing her. And she said, who are you obsessed with? She says, me. Telling. She's obsessed with herself. Let's continue. Sorry for pausing this, but yeah.
I would not put up with you for 2 seconds, and I would never hurt you physically, but I would let you know what it feels like when you try to with a masculine. Oh, because all of your suffering is because you obsess about your needs and you've never stopped to feel what's really going on in him and what role have I played to help create that. Now
he destroyed. Dude, this is exactly what I've been telling what's missing for men. When women say they want traditional men, this is traditional man. But then when that man shows up, she'd be like, we don't want you that traditional. That's toxic. But he's being masculine. This is why I don't believe in alpha. That's masculine. That's masculinity talking. This ain't alpha bullshit. You seen them alpha bullshit niggas roasting girls at a nightclub. That's not alpha. That's not masculine. That ain't even alpha. That's bitch ass beta. All right. But what's happening is masculinity is presenting itself and it's taking charge and it's reading her ass the riot act. And he telling her the truth about herself. I got to play that part again.
What it feels like when you try to with a masculine, because all of your suffering is because you obsess about your needs and you've never stopped to feel what's really going on in him and what role have I played to help create that. Now he's responsible what he feels. I get that 100%. But when you love somebody, your focus is not on yourself.
Ooh.
When a relationship's about you, it's not a relationship. It's a relationship with yourself.
Ooh.
That's what you've been having. You've become an abuser.
What did I tell you? You become the abuser. When a woman says, I was in an abusive relationship, what do you ask her? Who was the abuser? Now, I'm not saying this is always the case, but the data kind of backs this up. They walk themselves in this position and they go out and play the victim. She was in a relationship with herself. Her needs mattered more than his. So when a woman says, I'm not going to sleep with you when you want to, her needs matter more than yours. And that's a red ass flag. That's a chance for you to walk. If a woman says, hey, other shit takes priority than me serving you, but you are doing what you're supposed to do, you got to walk away. Got to dump her because her needs matter. She said, well, I'm not in the mood. Her needs matter more than yours. If she can say that and be like, okay, yeah, you're right. You do what you're supposed to do. So let me go in and give it and pump up that poom poom. Let me go in and get some KY jelly and wipe it on my poom and go in here and take care of it, daddy. If she don't say that, dump that bitch. You got to stand in your masculinity. She says, let's wait till tomorrow. Dump that bitch. Dump her. Dump her. Or just be like, okay, I'm going to the titty bar and fuck somebody else. Or I'm going to let somebody else scratch that itch. Well, you can't do that. Yes, the fuck I can. Yes, the fuck I can. Stop me. But when you give up leverage, guess what? Marriage, relationships, children, you can't do that now. Can't stand in your masculine. That's why I say in order to make relationships work, you got to simp. You got to be like, okay, I'll wait for you to get your pussy ready. All right, let's continue. And I won't cheat on you.
Because you've been so self-focused. It's not your intent. You're not a bad human being. There's not an ounce of you that's a bad human being. You're just spoiled.
Spoiled. Spoil me.
You've been spoiled by abundance.
Yep. I got options. Spoiled by abundance.
And so people then begin to expect everything. And when they don't get it, they get sad or angry or hurt and they blame everybody else.
Jesus Christ.
It is all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Tony, take it easy, sir. This is more lethal than Kevin Samuels. This is lethal, what he's doing to her. He's exercising this feminist demon. He is trouncing her. This is a runaway. This is crazy, bro. He's snatching her soul. And he's telling her the 100% truth. And you can line up 100 women. This is 99% of them right there. He's telling. because they're trained for this. They're spoiled into this. They have abundance. I got options. I could be out here. Go for it. Let them exercise their options. Go for it. Bro, he is killing them. I wish I could be this lethal in public with women that come up with that bullshit. But I do this in private. When I'm with them in private, this is how I end up doing. All right. And I do it not as aggressively. I do it somewhat passively and let them walk themselves into this trap. All right. This is kind of how I do it. And then I just politely dismiss. I'm like, have a nice life. All right. I don't have to go in this deep. But he going in lethal with it. Precision.
They stop to ask themselves, never, what role have I played in creating this impact?
Facts.
Instead, they convert the person that they love into a monster.
It is all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
How many people feel what he's saying right now? If you don't like what he's saying, you're the problem. I'm going to just let you know right now. In today's dating, relationship, and marriage marketplace, if you are a male or a woman that doesn't like what he's saying, you're the problem. You're the bitch ass nigga. You're the piece of shit. I'm just letting you know right off the rip. There's no disagreeing with this guy. Male or female, simp or alpha, bitch ass nigga or masculine. I don't care what you say. If you are not in agreement with what he's saying to this woman and to other women in this situation here, you're the problem. You're the piece of dog shit. You are. Because he is killing it right now. I mean, I have to pause so much, and this is crazy. This is an annihilation going on. This is a rout.
Because it's so much more convenient than to see the monster inside you.
Oh my gosh, Jesus. It's so much more convenient than to see the monster inside you. Mic drop. And gentlemen, we kind of play this role to ourselves against women as well, but good night. Tuck it in, let it go, whatever you want to talk about. Wow. What more do I need to say? And he's pretty much validated almost anything that I've said on the internet at this point. Okay? Because this is the teachings that I've been telling you of what to avoid when you're dealing with women that are predatory, toxic, spoiled, entitled, who think they have options in abundance, and they try to play you and manipulate you, and then they don't give you what you want, and you end up on the internet complaining, my woman won't give me sex, she won't do this, she won't do that, but I pay the bills and all this shit. Okay. Why don't you dump her? Get rid of that bitch. Pay the restock fee. Why don't you go get some pussy for me? When she tells you, I ain't giving you sex tonight, be like, okay, I'm going to go get it from somebody else. See what she says. But what if I did that? I'll dump you. All right. And you'll be broke living outside of the house. You'll be a single mom. That's what the fuck you're going to be. All right. So go ahead and try it. You'll be a fucking single mom. I got the leverage. I'm in my masculine. So go ahead and do it. If you want, come back. You'll have an eviction notice on your motherfucking doorstep in your email. So you'll be evicted. You'll be looking for another dick to hop on. You'll be hopping from dick to dick to dick to dick to dick. You'll be trying out dicks for the next 2 years to 5 years. That's what you'll be doing. You'll have a revolving door of dicks. I hope that's what you want. Go for it. Be my guest. All right. Be my motherfucking guest. It is what it is. And somebody said you sound like a bitch nigga. All right, that's what you sound like. Anyway, let me get to these super chats. We got to wrap this shit up. What a great show. Epic show. Shout out to our brother here. Junior says, shout out to Coach. You aren't lying. Me and my wife agreed to go 50-50 when we got our first apartment. She reneged after 6 months. It's been 6 years and I've been paying ever since. Putin, send it. There you go. 50-50 relationship, 6 months in, reneged. And now 6 years later, he's paying and probably ain't getting no punani at the end of it. By the way, that woman probably wants to have sex with Tony Robbins. One thing that men are missing in today's worlds and the dynamics of relationships, it's men not being men. Because when you're a man, peace leave gonna percolate. Women don't have a choice but to have it. Like when a woman's feminine, your dick is gonna get hard. Right? You have a feminine woman walking around the house. I got a lean right now. She walking around the house all feminine and shit. whispering, dick harder than a rock. I'm like, this is fantastic. When a woman loud and aggressive, your dick don't get hard. Same thing with women. When y'all bitch ass niggas, pussy don't get wet. When you're masculine, pussy get wet. I mean, but y'all scared. Oh man, she gonna be scared if I'm masculine with her. No, she not. Her pussy ain't gonna get wet. She gonna be like, take me, daddy. All right, that's what's gonna happen.
Get him, daddy.
Shout out to our brother Agent Machine says the look on her face when Tony Robbins breaks her down, finish her, flawless victory. He says Black Widow pretending to be a princess is awesome. I can say for certain your videos are saving me from BS now. He says the ability to see this before the woman springs the trap is crucial. Hashtag boss up 2026. I think you're right. What most men think is that they're going to be armed with some information or knowledge that's going to prevent women from doing this. This is where you got it wrong. And that's where these red pill rangers get it wrong. You think that when women try you and try to play you, that there's something wrong with you. That's not the case. They're running a script on all guys. They're just running the same script on the one guy from the next to the next to the next to see what they can get, how far they can get, and what happens. They get so far and then they have to go find another dick to hop on. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. As soon as they don't get it and they don't feel like they're getting it, they just go to the next date. What you think is when a woman tries to play you, there's something wrong about you. That's not true. That's what they're doing on all the guys. They do that to everybody. Okay, so then you have to understand that and accept that. It's not a personal attack. They're just trying to survive like a gerbil, a squirrel trying to get a nut. They're just playing a survival game. The survival game to get what they want as fast as they can get it. That's all. So I'm not offended when a woman plays me. That just knows I'm active. Okay, she tried to play me, okay, or she played me, or that's part of the game. But there's nothing wrong with that. The top guy is getting played out here. And I ain't nowhere near the top. I'm somewhere close to the top. And I see the guys way above me getting played. So I don't give a fuck. It ain't nothing personal to me. Shout out to our brother Miles, the real Miles. Iggy says 2.3K viewers today. Coach is on a tear with the best show on Al Gore's internets. This is the boss up year 2026. We are pivoting significantly with this heel turn. We're challenging the whole system, not just women. All right. We're actually giving women a break, bossing up on you niggas. Anthony B says, hey, coach, this will probably be a two-parter, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on the situation. Recently, a female friend of mine who I used to date started following my wife on IG. While no dirt is being done, I feel like a boundary is being crossed. I found the situation odd that she didn't run it by me as she and I regularly talk. That's a manipulative move. I just find the situation odd and wanted your wisdom on the matter. Regardless, the situation left a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. And I think I'll start distancing myself from my friend. It's too late. So she's maneuvering. That's called positioning. She's positioning herself to possibly befriend your wife, or at least investigate what you guys got going on, where she can gather intel and data about you and your wife to see if the stories match. The fact that you've been having regular relationships, talks with her, I don't know what you're talking about, but she's a female friend that you used to fuck, shows you that she's trying to make some sort of move. This is not a good situation. Okay. She has crossed the line, a boundary of trust, and there's no reason for her to be following her like that. Don't let her give you any bullshit reason. Well, I'm just want to see. No, you know she crossed the line. There's no reason. But what line have you crossed in the process that you're worried about it? But I agree, she crossed the line. There's no reason for her to be following. Okay. And, women will follow their girlfriend's boyfriend and shit. This is too much. Right? This is too much. All right. So watch out for that predatory move. Shout out to our brother Roosevelt White RW. Sorry about that. No government name. I appreciate you. I messed that up. Joel says, Beta trying to be alpha, sounding like Myron ad nigga. All right. Shout out to you. Beta's trying to be alpha. All right, shout out to Michael Cooper. Michael Cook is in the building over on the Cash app. And Joshua Moon says, y'all niggas can't even order rice on DoorDash, but I can order rice over on my side of the street.
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's bad news. her befriending your wife in any. It's an unnecessary friendship, and there's no coincidence there. That's not a coincidence. That was definitely something she thought about. No innocence. Pro Mansplainer says, Coach, people don't know that my dad was a construction electrician and a construction engineer. My mom was a housewife and magician. She could make my dad disappear behind the scenes, brothers. So we're focusing on the crown. Women are focusing on the whole entire thing related to what you gather up. As a result, they are invested heavily in the success of the family as a whole, where you're investing tangible assets to keep it going, and it's not enough. A lot of women know where the bodies are buried. They're gatekeepers. In a sense, they could make you disappear. They could tear your shit up. They could destroy all your shit, everything you work for, because they're heavily invested on that side of the relationship. Okay. Kaylin says Tony Robbins just described Jennifer Lopez. In a sense, yes, he did describe Jennifer Lopez in the way she moved. All right, so I think that is it. Let me refresh these real quick, but this is going to be a little bit of a preempted show, not getting you through your whole work day, but I got to get moving here and make some things happen on my side. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Appreciate y'all for being here. Hit the replay. Hit me up on all my social medias. There's a link.me/Coach Greg Adams. You can get to all my social media. We blowing up on Facebook, so let's take Facebook on by storm in 2026. Boss up. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Peace. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Yeah. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
Vibe blowing at the jack, got the loud jumping at the pack. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the bands jumping at the bag. Vibe blowing at my jack, got the loud jumping at the pack. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the bands jumping at the bag. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy on my paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The re-up just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm trouble, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not on trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I could never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. Just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Cop a big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the bands jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice, gon' run up a check. Demand my respect, I'm doing the most. I never quit, they want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing at the